gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rap. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rap. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people? Y'all know what time it is, man. It is time for Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. He'll be here shortly. He's on his way. He's back to his old ways of, getting here when he get here. So, we'll welcome him when he gets here. Listen, people, we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, and you know what? We ain't gonna try and keep y'all up all night tonight. We're gonna try and cover this. We're gonna keep it moving. So what I need for you to do is make sure you put those comments in there. If you decide to call in, please understand, 2 to 3 minutes, then you gotta go. 404-500-1605. I just heard the somebody knock at the door. So while we're waiting for that guest to get on in here, I want y'all to go ahead and start pushing those buttons, people. Push the button. It's a little arrow over there. It's a little heart over there. Or I think now they done all these new updates. It might be a person. Either way, I need for you to hit them, and you're going to see a list of things pop up. They call emoticons. When you hit those emoticons, it's going to help our
algorithm
go straight up in the air, you dig? It's going to go straight up, and that's what we need because, again, I've been telling y'all, we are the show that y'all can come through and kick it with us. Just saying. You can do that. You can come kick it with us. That's all I'm saying. So what I need for you to do is go ahead and push that button.
Push the goddamn button.
Not now, but right now, you dig? And as you can see, one of our guests is popping on in. Well, okay. He came in with a nice little cup. Whoa, what you got? He got the Corona. He came in here.
He asked him for it last week too.
Came in here with ammunition tonight. Got that backup. 2-Free, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Ooh. Eddie Kane was, remember?
Angelo,
Yeah, man.
how was the week, man?
Um.
I didn't hear, boy. Might take this.
So, as you all know, last week I told you my cousin.
Transition.
Yeah, transition. So the funeral was Saturday. No. The funeral was Friday. You know, they start running on top. But laid him to rest, man. You know, so again, you know, shout out to Trista Bird, man. I had to lay her husband to rest. You know, Herbert Bird was a good dude. It was great. You know, it was a nice home going. You know what I mean? People say how things. You know, it's like it's a home going. So it's like you don't really know how the proper way to respond, but it was a nice homegoing ceremony. A lot of good things people discussed about this brother. He's a really good dude. We'll definitely miss him. But yeah, man. But and then the one of those things about homegoing ceremonies, man, is that you usually do see family. You know what I mean, that you may or may not see here and there. So as always, the good with the bad. So but the family always comes together strong, man. So, but then had to come right back here, to get right back into it. You know what I mean? But overall, good week, good comedy shows. Back at this weekend. July 4th, though, let me tell you, is one of those days. Holidays, JT, is always it's a hit or miss in this business. You don't really know how things are gonna go. But because I remember, we used to open up on Thanksgiving, and we learned a lesson. There's no point opening up on Thanksgiving. It's gonna be you, the cook, if the cook even comes in.
Right, folks, full.
Yeah. So I don't open on Thanksgiving anymore, unless Thanksgiving falls on a Saturday. Then he goes back to that. But July 4th fell on a Saturday. And July 4th is one of those holidays where people are out partying, barbecuing
all day
at the house, So they may or may not want to sit.
All
you
day.
know what I mean? And it showed, man. July 4th, the Saturday wasn't that. Friday beat Saturday, and that's rare.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but I think July 4th on a Saturday, the late crowd is probably
what you gonna get
midnight.
Yeah,
people come out midnight and later. But
it's because those are the folks that really partied hard early. They took a nap.
Yeah.
Hey man, Hey, Comedy Club got the late show. Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody coming no 8, 10 o'clock show on the 4th.
The 4th is
and it was hot.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was hot.
Family holiday. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, those are when families should get together. But like Labor Day, them type of holidays.
Yeah, the 4th fell on
barbecue and all
the
that
4th
stuff.
falling on a Saturday, kind of like I said, it was different. Everybody looked to have that day off. Folks that work. Sometimes your company be like, nah, it ain't on. You already got the day off. It's a Saturday, so it is what it is. So, probably wasn't as much traveling and things of that nature. So
to add to that, Lo, America 250 was also.
That's gonna be a topic. So we're gonna get
not
to that.
crowded.
We're not crowded.
That's why we're crowded. Yeah, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that part a little bit or whatnot. 2-Free, how was your weekend, bro?
It was good, man. I was in and out of consciousness. I was tired, man.
Oh, what time? Working
in that sunshine.
Oh yeah, bro.
And so I really just woke up, took a nap, ate. Woke up, took a nap, ate. Till about Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so it was good. The family was gone. They went to Orlando, so I was by myself.
Okay, all right.
Well, how about yours, man? What you do, Teasy? You get on the grill?
Got on. Wait, did I get on the grill? I did. I got on the grill on Sunday.
The new grill?
Yeah, I got on the grill on Sunday. I didn't do it on Friday or Saturday. Friday, what did I do on Friday? I wanted some fried food. So Friday is like Friday to me, like FRYDAY. So I did that. But 4th of July, man, went over to my partner's house. My boy Alvin stepped over to his crib for a little pool gathering. It was hot out there. We was home at 10:30, tired. But that was a good time. Caught up on some shows that night since we got in early for me and my wife. Sunday was a bittersweet day, man. It was my mom's birthday.
Okay.
But it was also my mother-in-law's heavenly birthday. So it was kind of heavy, both sides type of thing, Second one that my wife had to go through, so trying to make sure that she was okay. Trying not to crowd her, but at the same time making sure that I'm near type of deal. And then also trying to celebrate my mom. My sister actually, she went to the crib to see her. I was gonna go. Actually glad I didn't go because the flights got crazy and I would not have gotten back by Monday. And then I wouldn't have been paid for the little holiday pay that I did get. That corporate America thing, if you take a day off that's not scheduled off before or after the actual holiday, your holiday pay is gone.
Right.
So yeah, my mama totally understood once I told her that. She was, oh yeah, I get it. So good weekend though, because like I said, Sunday that storm came through. That wind was blowing while I was out there on the grill. That was it was actually pretty nice. So kind of relaxing weekend for your boy, man.
It's interesting you said that death thing because my cousin he died on that Saturday, and my grandmother birthday was at Saturday or Sunday, but they were like right there together.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, so when I met my wife, and we always tell people, our mothers got the same birthdays. But, never think about this part of it, bro. It's a bittersweet. Yeah, it's a thin line right there. But, so far we've traveled it pretty well. So, the grief is the grief. And I just try and be there for it. But overall, it was a good weekend. So we're going to move on to some of these smaller hot topics. Got to start off with ATL's own Big Tigger.
That's a burning topic.
Yeah. Earlier this week, Big Tigger actually pulled himself from the radio station and from his jobs, commentating for the Atlanta Dream. And if this thing goes further, I'm sure he'll pull himself from doing it for the Falcons or whatever and the Hawks. But he basically said he was pulling himself away because instead of people tuning in to the show, they're actually tuning in for him to talk about this type of thing. So it was a good reason to pull back. He also his wife was given cuts. He was given a restraining order. His wife has custody of his son, so he can't see his son. But then today, or actually yesterday on Monday, his wife, Alicia Brown, is now facing a whole new set of legal problems. She's actually been arrested in Georgia on a warrant related to kidnapping. The deputies tracked down her SUV Monday night after receiving a bolo tied to an outstanding kidnapping-related warrants out of Maryland. Authorities say that Brown was arrested without incident during a felony traffic stop on Interstate 85, and 2 young children were inside the vehicle, was safely recovered. One of the children was the child that she has with Big Tigger, and now his child is with DFACS, what they call DFCS. DFACS is what they call it.
Mr. Tigger.
Hey man.
That we talking about.
Hey man. Yeah. But basically the warrant stems from a 2019 disappearance of a 10-year-old child. Brown faces felony interference with a child custody charge in Georgia, and officials say that she'll be extradited to Maryland. So that means she does not have a bond. That means that Mr. Tigger's child is with DFACS, and he can't see it because of the restraining order. This thing is really just, I mean, it's went all types of different directions. There was a complaint early on. The complaint was pulled, or the cops went out there. They didn't think anything of it. Then she posts the video. Then she tries to come back and say the video wasn't all of that. But now that it's out there and public opinion is talking about it, the DA grabs a hold of it. He gets arrested on Father's Day. Is that correct? Is that
Somewhere close to that, yeah.
Yeah, he gets arrested on Father's Day or around Father's Day, goes, turns himself in, takes a step back from the radio station at that point. Then he comes back to the radio station and he does a big apology and everything, and he does an apology on social media. Then a video was leaked. Mm-hmm. So, of course, things started looking different again. I think he ended up with some more charges. And then he pulls himself from the radio totally. And the next video leaked, and this was the long, drawn-out video where was it his assistant that was recording it?
I thought it was a boy.
I don't know who it was, but it was
Yelling Mr. Tigger.
Yeah, yelling Mr. Tigger. But when they said Mr. Tigger, that kind of, I was like, well, it can't be his son.
Oh, that was the son, wasn't it?
or her assistant.
No. Because he said Alex. That's the son. He said, Alex, I'm not stepping on her.
So his son called him Mr. Tigger?
His son. That was his son doing all that screaming.
Oh, man. Oh, bro, you.
Because his son's named Alex, correct?
I don't know the nigga.
I did hear him say that. I was hoping that Alex was. You're right. It's a little kid. But the thing is, I think the kid was in there. But it's not, the kid ain't that little because he kept talking to the kid.
Maybe it's her.
Yeah, well, that video, hey, Mr. Tigger.
Talk to the mic.
Mr. Tigger. Mr.
That may
Tigger.
that had to be an assistant, I believe.
Yeah, that's this thing.
Like a kid,
like
but
I
ain't
said,
sound no grown person voice though.
This thing took a serious. It went like 5 different directions over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
No, I definitely think that was like a nanny or maybe a housekeeper or something like that. I'll just say this.
Person's name was Alex.
Yeah. I think one is funny that the video leaked after like you said, he stepped all the way away, as opposed to, I hate to say before. You know what I'm saying? Because I think in the court of public opinion, if the video leaked before, I don't think he steps down. But
If this particular video,
yes.
Was it violent?
No.
That's according to what you call violent, because you got to be careful with that right now. I don't think it was.
He was just trying to get the phone.
He was holding on to her. But a lot of people say that domestic violence is not only just the physical part of it. It is the position that you could put somebody in by your stature or by your voice or something like that, or by prior acts. Stuff that's happened before that we don't know about that could have had her in a certain situation or whatever. But they are calling it a domestic violent. I think aggravated assault is what they're calling it.
That's a felony.
Right?
No, that's a felony.
aggravated, yes.
Yeah, I think it's aggravated assault that he has.
The child endangerment is the worst of the charges, though.
Yeah, arrested on aggravated battery and 3rd-degree cruelty to children charges for allegedly assaulting his wife while the son was present in the home. Yeah, in this case, the
battery is actual contact.
Yeah,
assault you can just act like you hit somebody, but battery is the physical contact.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think those charges are weak. Watching the video, I don't know what led to them going back
the phone
and pressing. Well, I'm saying because initially he wasn't charged. They went back and charged him, and then came back and added.
Yeah.
And if they did it based on that video,
I think that did.
That video didn't show. Again, I thought from the beginning it was public. It was the public pressure. The public pressure.
Yeah.
for those charges. And I think any half-brain lawyer could win that lawsuit. I mean, could win that in court, because he never. I was even looking at the arms to see the flex. You know what I mean? You know, if you doing something strong, I was looking at the tone to see if he was flexing hard enough to, like, he was putting pressure on her. You didn't even see. You don't worry about that camera.
Yeah, because
to me, you didn't even see the flex of his arm. You didn't see
at the beginning, they were saying, you could tell it wasn't that. They kind of fell, like lost their balance and went into the door or whatever. But this thing is taking a crazy, crazy turn. And now the wife has been arrested. And now this guy can't see his child at all. His child goes from living with two parents to living with one parent to now being in a foster home.
Who got him? No kinfolk got him?
No, see, yeah.
Right now, CBS got him. Well, I don't know if his family's here or not. You know what I mean? I'm sure somebody, if any family's here, they'll go to court and try to get custody of him.
Let me ask you this: can his family go to court since this restraining order was against him?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the grandparents, though. The restraining order's not against them, but then there'll be a lot of restrictions on that. But either side gonna have to go to the petition to court for custody. You know what I mean? Whichever side is gonna have to petition the court, and then they're gonna make their own assessments. They're gonna go in there. They're gonna do all the stuff that they do before they release custody of the child. So, but I just didn't think, as far as the domestic violence thing, I just didn't see where it was domestic violence. I didn't see anything from that video, and that video's been shown a million times a day. I'm telling you, every time it was popping up. It was popping up. Everybody. Tigger.
Oh, the one we had the girl on the ground?
Yeah.
That wasn't, that doesn't constitute what it was. I think she had her friends there, and they were trying to videotape it and make it into something that it wasn't. Mm-hmm. But unless something happened off camera, that wasn't.
Correct. That's what I said. Based on that video, I don't see it. And like he kept trying to explain, whoever Alex was, I'm not stepping on Alex. Just give me my phone. This will be over with. I mean, he said just calm and cool. Just get my phone. It's over with. And then she was over exaggerating at that point. She was really over exaggerating.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was over exaggerating at that point. You know what I mean? And it was like.
Now, who was that was saying about you can buy another phone? Now, that's what I thought the kid was.
That was recording.
That was the same person that was Mr. Tigger?
Yeah, President Mr. Tigger, the same person.
Okay.
That what I thought it sounded like a child to me. It sounded like a child to me.
What happened to standing on business?
Be more specific when you say that. What do you mean?
Say he was driving
What?
T.I. and the BET Awards.
I memean, this man, take this motherfucking phone. You about to see what you want to see.
That got him aggravated. Oh, just let him have the phone. You talking about let her have the phone?
Yeah, you can go right there. Go see what you want to see.
Yeah, I'll never understand that.
Because at that point, if she gonna go through all that, she already know what it is.
No, I agree with that part. I've never understood the going through phone junk. You know what I mean? It's like, make a decision. If whatever's in my phone is gonna cause you to do something,
do it.
Just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Don't go through my phone. If you want to go that route, just go ahead that route. Going through the phone, you know what I mean? Just do whatever it is you feel like you need to do. That's always been my principle, bro.
But why the man didn't stand on? Why Chicken didn't? That's what I'm saying. Like, people be like playing politics. Like, bitch, you can have the phone, but I'm about to do what I need to do. If you want to go through my phone, here. But my move is made too, though.
Right.
I don't even have a lock on my phone when I'm in a relationship. I just give it to her and just keep it right there. Everybody doesn't do that?
Yeah. I don't know who don't.
Yeah. Just let them look right in it. I don't have a password on mine. But that's,
He probably don't have one on his, but he has
back.
stuff.
Yes, he is.
He probably had one on his, but he had some stuff on that he didn't want her to see. But I'm saying, as a man, he should have just been like, man, I'm here. I'm gonna make my move.
Sometimes things happen on principle, though. I don't know, but it might. I don't know.
No,
he may not have wanted her. You know what I mean?
He cheated.
I don't cheat, so I don't. I'll just let you have the phone. I wouldn't have gotten upset, but
so let me get this right, Too Free. What you saying is, Standing on business is just telling your wife, hey, listen, I did this and I did that.
Yeah.
Either leave or don't.
Right.
Well, you don't have any business cheating if you're married, or you shouldn't cheat, period. But definitely not if you're married. You just give her the phone.
Just give her the phone.
No secrets here, bro.
But on top of that, it's like, you know you cheating, so why is you trying to get out of it once you get caught?
He ain't been caught yet. Till she get that phone. That's why
I've
he
been
trying to
tempted
get
once
out
or
of it.
twice, but that was just not something I would do.
I can totally dig that.
Hey, as they say,
That's good call.
I see that, man.
me and Asicon,
I see that in you
we
too,
locked
man.
in on God. We locked in on
Locked
God.
in. I see it.
We locked in.
I see it. It's all over y'all. Every time y'all talk, I see a halo just pops up over y'all head. Boom.
No, it's not a halo. It's just Lo. It's just
locked in.
doing right.
Just doing right.
It's doing right, man.
Gotcha.
But look, what would she do if he'd be like, hey, if you want my phone,
Just give it to her.
I'm leaving.
There's nothing in there. I'll open up the messages for you.
I like it. I like it.
That's just me.
We old
That's
school.
just you.
If you
Yeah, I
can't,
get it.
if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Don't do the crime. I get it. I get it. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it does. All right.
Sounds wonderful.
We're gonna keep it moving. 45-47. Guy that is occupying the White House.
The occupant.
The occupant.
In public housing.
Recently there was a American soccer player that was suspended for some act. I still don't know soccer that well, so it's hard for me to tell.
He got a red card, so he wasn't supposed to play the next game.
Right. So the 45-47 confirms his role in the FIFA overturning this dude's name, Falarian Balakan, the red card. He said they made the right decision. Said that he called the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, on Wednesday and asked for the World Cup governing body to review the ban. On Monday, he confirmed as much, taking credit for the reversal of the call. All I did, I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. Either way, I don't know if the dude is just taking credit or whatever, but do you think that this is something that a president should do? I guess you could say in the hosting country for the cup.
Yes, of course.
You believe that they should do that?
Look, yes.
The FIFA president gave Trump an award after he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. So him and that guy have been having, man crushes for a while. And this is the first time it happened in 60 years. So the African player that played for America, who's the leading scorer,
Right.
he was running and stepped on the dude's leg. It didn't seem to be intentional, but who knows? So they reviewed it, right? And they gave him the red card. But after the game. But then another incident happened with another player of European descent. Didn't get nothing. No review, no red card, and he did it intentionally. It wasn't like you could tell the intent on that one. So that made the uproar. Because how did Nigerian brother play for America, who wouldn't be legal if they didn't pass that 14th Amendment thing? Because this man was here illegally. So that was the thing. So then Trump called, asked for a review, but I don't think the president should have got involved because it's really, to me, sports is not presidential type stuff. Don't you got a country to run and wars to worry about, people being killed and starving to death, and you know what I'm saying?
We're in the World Cup. If the president, I can see I having Trump on the brand, but if the president can help us win the World Cup,
He didn't, bro.
he should.
We lost the game.
It didn't work out, but I'm saying if it would have, it's cool. The same thing if Pittsburgh playing and they suspended the starting quarterback
For messing with a little girl again.
and the president should have called
For
and
messing
get
with
him
a
back
girl,
in there.
for messing with a girl again.
Oh no, he's retired. That the guy that raped the girl is retired. Well, allegedly raped the girl twice, 2 different occasions. But Steelers fans wouldn't mind. So would you tell them, don't pardon my quarterback so he can play in the big game? Come on, man.
But
I didn't even say anything, but I don't know how Pittsburgh always seem to get into your algorithm.
well, because they do some foul shit.
Well, I tell you the
I
truth.
just have a moment of silence for that girl.
Moment of silence.
What?
For that girl.
The one Roethlisberger was accused of doing something with.
What?
You know when the man was accused of doing
Oh,
something to
my
that
God.
girl?
Y'all so male, boy.
What happened with that, Lo? He was publicly accused. I don't think no charges came.
Think that there you go. I'm
Somebody
glad you
got
corrected
what?
it.
She got a what? What's that word? Begins with a P. Somebody got a payoff. And then it disappeared. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. But hey,
You know what?
What it means to be
We're gonna
white.
get our research team.
So even though the
together.
man is gone on, did you have the same venom when one Kobe Bean Bryant was accused? And did somebody get paid off of that?
That was a grown woman.
This was a grown. What are we talking about?
Ben was with a 16-year-old.
No, he was not. See how that
no,
see
it was
how that jump spreads.
It was an 18-year-old co-ed straight out of high school. That's what it was. That he got into a bathroom at a bar, and the state patrol was lookout and got fired for it, but in some kind of way, everything else got squashed. But that state trooper don't have a job anymore. But hey, I'm just saying, I don't know what happened.
So
Money,
back to the president of the United States in the World Cup.
I was just deflecting.
It was. I think the president, any president, I don't want to make it seem like this guy did something special, but I think any president on something like this, the World Cup, it's not the Super Bowl. It's not something local. The World Cup. And I think any president from any other country would have done the same thing. He didn't do anything special. He just did what I think any president who had any kind of, because the case was a bunch of BS. I mean, the step on wasn't. Do
you think
it was clearly
you
accidental.
think Obama would have done it?
I think he would have. I think he would have definitely brought up a question if asked. I mean, would he have called? Would he have gone as far as calling their people? Maybe not. You know what I mean? But I think he would have definitely, if they
Some
asked
pressure.
him, if they asked him the question,
he would have.
he'd have, but it was a bad call in the first place. You know what I mean? It was a bad call. And I think they knew that. If it was clear, I don't think they would have overturned it. But it was a bad call.
Me, myself,
We're not doing no kumbayas.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Not this way anyway.
Should have been doing his presidential stuff and left it alone. Me, myself, I think he overstepped.
Why was she in the bar? See, they don't ever want to ask that question. Why was she in the bar? Why did she go into a men's bathroom? That question's never asked.
What?
It was in the men's bathroom, but that question
Could
never
be a
asked.
number of things. Drug, drink, paid to go in there. Well, I don't know
Maybe
what
she
happened.
wanted to be with him, but he's the responsible adult.
He was 20-something years old too, man. What are you talking
That's
about?
called a responsible
He was
adult.
not 27 years old.
He was. What are you
come
talking
on,
about? That was
dude.
early on in his career,
You
bro.
talking about the first one or the second one? The one that happened in Georgia or the first one? Which one you talking about? There's been so many incidents. Which one are you talking about?
Again, this man's never been accused. He's never been charged with anything. So let my Hall of Fame quarterback breathe, bruh. Just stop this.
We just said let him breathe.
You said breathe.
Yeah, let him breathe.
All right. We're going. You want to go over those comments, or you want to move to the last hot joint before we take a break?
We said that earlier. Somebody gonna ask about where's Jae. I don't know where Jae is. Whether it's in a SOS. Playing hooky.
Jose and the twins.
FIFA is corrupt. 45-47 is corrupt. Enough said. There you go.
It's kind of harsh.
He injected himself into history regardless. No return since 1962. The call was BS in the first place, but that is besides the point. Coach Nash says, over the president, stop it, ask a cop. Had it worked out, he would have been taking a victory lap. The fact that we lost his influence caused the other team to be hyped up, and the USA was in a funk. And that's how it played out yesterday.
Assumption.
Bottom line, stay out of Millersville if you have money. Where was the dad? Where was the 18-year-old in the bar illegally? Nobody want to talk about that though, Frank.
So I asked and interject what the last comment was. Do you think that by doing so, like you said, he motivated the other team, and then in turn, our team was unmotivated, as opposed to, let's say that they played without the guy, and you know what I'm saying, and let's just say the effort was better.
Well,
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
we have to be honest with ourselves. If you looked at the teams, the U.S. really exceeded what they expectations to get to that point. They were out, man. They were gonna have a hard time in that game with or without them.
Without 'em.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying.
That's just the reality of it.
Then they got blowed out.
Huh?
They got.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. To answer to your point, I'm sure that gave them extra motivation. Be like, okay, yeah, bring them back. We still gonna beat you, but they would have had a hard time regardless.
Yeah, the U.S. looked like LeBron out there flopping. That's what the U.S. looked like. They was falling down
There you go.
everywhere.
You like LeBron?
You don't
Of
think?
course I do.
You don't think LeBron? Be
LeBron
flopping?
don't flop no more than everybody else in the NBA flops.
Man.
Look at Shea Gills. Look at your
I'ma have to
MVP Shea.
I'ma have to
Shea flops
I'ma have to
all
show
the
you some of them.
time.
Jalen don't
I'm gonna have
flop.
to show
It's just
you.
a different. Who?
I'm gonna have to-
Jalen don't flop.
Jalen who?
Nah, the NBA,
champion.
the NBA flops.
The NBA
So
flops.
Bronson be
But-
flopping.
Yeah, is he in the NBA? He
But-
flops.
But
They all flop.
That's stuff that he
That's
be
just what
doing,
it
bro.
does. That's what we do. Look at SGA. And they've been pointing that junk out left and right since the season ended.
Who's
SGA for OKC. Flops on a regular basis. And he
that's
gets away
what-
with it because only 135 pounds. LeBron looks worse because he's 6'8", 240
Exactly.
pounds. So it may look worse. But that's not, but using him as the
That's
example
what
of flopping, I think is
that's what the U.S. look like. Like
they look like Shea.
no, somebody this far from them and they falling back, looking for the call. Team going over. But like I said, I'm not a soccer guy, but I was like, damn, wait.
He's
what?
another LeBron hater.
Nah, not a hater, but LeBron
Me and Coach
flops.
Knapp having the same conversation the other day. I told Chicago fans and Kobe fans are staunch LeBron haters. If
Not a hater.
you're a Bull or Jordan fan or you a Kobe Bean fan, they just hate Jordan.
We're gonna have to get to that again.
They hate on Jordan.
Because
They hate on my man
again,
LeBron.
don't hate him, but hey, dude, the dude is not.
He ain't on that level. You gotta know.
Let's
hold
go.
on.
We're
He
gonna
on
go
that
to
level.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
the fuck outta here.
100%.
all right.
It's
So
different between
100%.
them. It's different
so
between being good and the
we're
best.
gonna move on to the to the song that's blowing up right now by Young Miami called "Spin That."
Ooh, Spin that shit.
The song is being heavily criticized
Frank, JTC that.
for the mass acceptance of the song because everybody's accepting it. BET actually gave it as the anthem of the summer, gave it not really the award, but anointed it as the anthem of the summer. And India Arie came out and said that a much bigger truth is that everything that you listen to, see, or eat is going to influence you. So make wise choices, y'all. She later clarified that she was not calling for a boycott of the song, but encouraging people to be more intentional about the media.
Well, my spin.
So in other words, she's saying that this song here is pushing a real the narrative. What is the narrative of it? I'm trying to figure out the best way to say the narrative of the song is.
Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Well,
You know, and to make it the summer anthem. But right now the song is blowing up even more because of all of this stuff. Yeah, listen
it's a nice
to
song.
some of them. Yeah, okay.
Well, I have a
I
different-
hadn't really heard it.
Sing it for me.
I hadn't heard it.
I haven't heard
I
it
mean,
either.
I've heard it, but I ain't listened to the words.
Watch the video to go with it.
Well, but see, I look at
Video
it differently.
different.
I think India Arie's on point. I mean, we can't continue to say, "Oh, the violence needs to stop." Oh, the 76% out of marriage birth rate needs to stop. We can't keep on saying all this stuff needs to stop, and then we promote ratchet. And then you have it on the premier black award show. Then you have it out there. Then you're giving it an award. It's like we're talking out the side of our necks. There's two Americas. There's Black America, and then there's infectious. And we can't continue to let the infected rule a narrative and act like they're the face of black culture. They're not. That's just a small part because somebody can sing a hit song talking about spinning it or whatever. I know it's something sexual. So if we continue to let that narrative be written for us by those individuals and we co-sign it with the premier award show, come on, at some point you got to have some sense of decency.
Devil's advocate. Back in the day, hip hop, everybody said that they was rapping about what they saw, rapping about their community, rapping about what was done to them and what they've seen done. Which a lot of the artists, the younger artists today, say that they're actually rapping about what they see and what happens, what's happening to them and what they're doing to others or whatever. If they say that, what do you say to combat that if they're saying that they're rapping about their community?
That's not the community. That's a hood rat aspect of a black community. They have, like you have your never-do-wells. The infectors are never-do-wells. They do what they do. So they can. So
you heard the song?
There's some. Oh,
have you ever heard it?
I almost said the wrong thing. I have.
And you didn't like it?
Huh?
You didn't like it?
He said, huh?
No, I didn't. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a nice song.
The shit is different because I'm a grown ass man, so it wouldn't influence me. But it's nothing I would want my under 21 daughter or son to listen to. It's got to have an influence, especially when you don't have a dad saying turn that shit off or playing old school in the car so they don't hear that. When you co-sign on it and they're hearing that, it's going to influence a young girl. It's just because think about it. I remember when, not that I ever did, but going out with a stripper was like a badge of honor back in the day. Man, you dating a stripper, but
not
it was
did it, though.
it was whispered. Now, it's not a big deal. Now black people are marrying strippers now. That used to be some white shit. White boys are marrying a stripper or anything like that. But black culture's like, oh, no, she's a stripper. Now it's so mainstream that girls might put that as a thing to do when they get out of high school. Some of them are doing it in high school. So if you want to coach...
What, stripping?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so, that's one of those things that... A lot of them are. And so that's one of those things that needs to change. And we continue to say, we got to stop this, but everybody's co-signing on because it's a good song and a hit song, whatever. We can't keep on co-signing on it.
But hold on, let me push this that envelope. She didn't make a song that she wanted to go. It wasn't like she was like, man, this is my love, this is my heart. Put everything into this. She made a strip club song that blew up. She didn't know it was gonna get this big. She kind of like the victim of success. Cause she just made a song like, let me think of some songs.
Miami knew what it was doing and she made some
she made a song for the club. But it was like, she didn't know it was gonna go this far.
Well, at some point,
it's a hit though.
It's like there's certain.
Well, my scamming.
We talked about it on past shows that you can't say
that go y'all bad.
Well, you can't say certain things that are on the white station, but why is it allowed on the black station?
Man, white folks do that shit.
No, they don't. They will ban your ass. What was Rick Ross that time? He talked about
because Rick Ross be lying.
Dropping a pill.
Rick Ross from Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Yeah, he said something about date rape or something.
Yeah, like date rape, and they shut his ass down.
They shut it down.
When what's the guy's name that made the comment about gays on stage and the LGBT community tried to shut him down, and they did for a while because his music.
The baby.
Yeah, the baby. The baby's music was taken out of rotation.
They pussy.
And a couple people took him out of different situations as far as culture. Huh?
They pussy boy.
Pussy boy.
Yeah, they pussy boy. They ain't real.
Well, my whole thing I'm saying
they didn't take it out. The station took it off though.
Yeah, we can't continue to have it both ways. It's like I said, there's a divide now. We continue to separate as a culture because it's two separate cultures, but we have to call out Ratchet for what it is.
But she didn't. It's like hell to the now. He made that shit in his backyard and that shit blew up. Mm-hmm. He didn't know
Miami knew exactly what she was doing.
She knew she made a stripper song. She didn't know it was gonna go big.
I don't think that people are they're gonna associate Young Miami with it, but I think the bigger message is the actual song itself. Not the actual
not
artist.
The artist, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Probably made a song for the strip club and it blew up and now it's outside. It's outside the stripper walls. But, again, I think that I don't think they're going after her. I think they're going after the song and the message supposedly that. And again, I tried to read it, and maybe because I didn't have it over a beat, I couldn't understand it. I remember what's the bag you said it's called? Yo-ya
bag.
Yeah. I've read that 3 times and know what the hell I was reading. I said, this got to be a typo. What the hell is a yo-ya bag?
A $12,000 man purse.
I definitely know that.
Bro, I read over that. I read over that thing 3 different times, bro. I could not figure it out.
I think the problem though is when we were growing up in rap.
When rappers rap, okay, go ahead.
When rappers was so we don't have variety. So Chuck D and Public Enemy was just as famous as 2 Live Crew. So when Tupac made Brenda Got a Baby, it sold just as many albums as Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Tricks. You see what I'm saying? It's nowhere. So now what has happened, the music industry has taken out conscious rap and just give us straight garbage. So if you're a white boy in the suburbs, it's just fun and games. A lot of time, black kids in the hood, they emulate that stuff. They want to be Rick Ross.
Exactly.
But they don't know Rick Ross. Rick Ross kids don't live in the ghetto. He ain't sending none of his kids to nowhere where you got the infected. They going down there with Sebastian and Trevor and Dylan, and he picking the kids up in the line. You know what I mean? He gotta show his ID to get his kids and shit like that. He rapping to you about that bullshit, but he ain't living that. He ain't never lived that shit. His mama was a decent human being.
And he was a correction though.
Right. His mom is a decent human being who raised a decent young man. So when he talking about all that stuff, that's him being a role, a character that we buy into. So he just keeps acting, right? But that's not really who he is. He wasn't raised like that. Well, if you get like T.I. was really raised on the west side of Atlanta. He was doing dumb shit and getting his ass whooped by his mama and grandmama. Don't do it, and he go do it again. But he was really doing that shit. You see what I'm saying? So when he rapping from a position of, this is what I did. He didn't make that up. So I think Young Money just made a song, but there's no, who is hot as her, who's doing something that's not ratchet to give a kid a balance. Like, you can't even argue the song against something else.
So Megan put out some pretty good music.
Who?
Megan Thee Stallion. She puts out some pretty good music.
Yeah, that WAP was a cult classic.
Man, I still like it. You know you like it too, don't you?
It was nothing. It was nothing negative about WAP.
She didn't make the song. She was on it, and when she appeared in the studio, she didn't know what he was going to. She didn't want to say that.
You Negroes telling this bold face like, who in here don't like WAP?
No,
Is that a matter of like?
No,
is that a matter like? Is that a conversation?
He was saying that that's the song that you could balance against.
Oh.
But we're saying,
I'm saying
whatever.
If you watch that Young Money video, baby oil a hell of a drug. Diddy got it right, baby. Diddy got it right. Diddy told her, get that baby oil and get in that strip club and get your bitches, get my scamming ass.
What the hell where y'all seeing videos at?
That was her in that video?
No, you got to watch the video on YouTube. It's in the strip club.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm okay. The one
That's not on my rotation.
That release. Okay, I thought you were about to release a video that Diddy video with the girl.
Diddy,
that was
Diddy's girlfriend.
That was 50's ex-wife,
Who?
baby mama, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
I know not what y'all are talking about.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about Young Money was Diddy's ex.
Yeah, Miami.
You see her and Cam when when she did the interview with Cam.
I ain't seen
Oh,
it.
bro, check that out. That's
So I think
very
Jill Scott's coming to Atlanta. That's my type of music.
She made a lot of money. She doing those boutique concerts.
Yeah.
She charged $300-400 a ticket, but it's 200-300 people or 500 people.
Jill Scott.
Yeah, close.
And she walking around talking and singing like you like part of her family. at that moment.
She doing
She'll
a show
make the
the way,
Fox.
she doing a show the way they used to do. You know, a more intimate show like that where you actually everyone can be involved in it instead of being up there somewhere looking at it on a video screen.
I think Young Money is the victim
Facts,
of the
Kiki.
circumstances that we live in. And I don't think India.Arie is wrong. I think she's saying, I'm not on Young Money. Why are we consuming?
Young Miami.
Yeah, Young Miami. I think India.Arie is saying, why are we consuming
There you go.
this
Yeah.
this BS at this large of a scale.
At the main black
When it-
event.
Right. When
That's
it
what
should
she's
be,
saying.
this song should be when the kids go to sleep, you play this. Right?
Like Millie Jackson back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Or
basically
Clarence
saying
Carter.
it shouldn't be the anthem of the summer.
Yeah.
But why? But that's not being realistic. The song is popular because the kids who not sleep yet. That's what makes it popular.
But we don't put the kids to bed.
I'm saying the song is popular amongst young. All right, so for example, number one, I like the song. I like the beat. I think the jungle groove. You know what I mean? You can groove to it. But I honestly can say that I never even tried to understand what all the words were until after the controversy. I was on the hook.
Just
The
spin
hook.
that.
The hook.
Yeah.
The hook had me. You know what I mean?
What's the hook?
Spin that.
Spin that shit.
Yeah.
You talking about the steering wheel?
Go on your go yard.
And then when Gates and then when Gates was using it as his sax song, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah,
I had no idea what Gates was doing.
really?
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
He kept saying, I'm like, what? Then when he did the video to it, I was like, damn, that's that song. That was it. But I'm like it.
But when
I
all the
tried to read
controversy
words.
happened, that's when I really said, well, let me listen to these words a little bit closer to see exactly what all the controversy is. You know what I mean? And I thought, okay, it's about scamming, it's about, but it's about our reality. How can you criticize?
No, that's about infected. That's not my
okay,
reality.
but my point, how can you criticize this Young Miami song, yet one of the top shows on TV is Raising Kanan and all the other 50 Cent shows that there's nothing but drugs, murder, sex. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
how
not-
can we criticize a song
okay.
when everything in this
India
culture?
Arie stepped out there, but she was the first one that had the courage to do it. What it is, everybody else remains silent. And when people remain silent, it gets, think about it. I can remember when they would only play that type of songs, V103, 97.5, after like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? Then it would get more risque in the songs they played. Now, they should come on from start to finish.
From 9
But
to tomorrow.
MJ,
But my point was, when somebody speaks out, we can't just attack them like, oh, well, if they do it here, that's okay. Somebody kills somebody tomorrow, we're going to rob somebody too?
It's not attacking, but she attacked somewhat. But in the end of that
She spoke
song,
out.
at the end of that Spin It song, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody survived, right? Majority of the songs on the radio, bruh, somebody's dead. Somebody got killed. Somebody bragging about how many people they had murdered. You know what I mean? At the end of the song, it was scamming, but they all survived. Most of these songs that India already talk about, all these songs that get on the radio that people are dying on.
Well,
They're dying. They're you know
I
what I mean?
commend
It's like,
her because she had a podium and she did the right thing instead of did it like everybody else.
I don't
passed the
knock
buck.
her. I respect India Arie's point,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying this.
It's a start. Maybe
This thing has
somebody else
garnered
may
so
step
much
up. You know what?
controversy.
We're gonna stop playing this. Like white people, when they spoke up about
Listen,
certain things, they stopped doing.
I'm with you, right?
Yeah.
But my point is, why this song when you got all the other songs that end in nothing but murder?
Because at that point in time,
They're not
this
that
is
big.
all that was out
Most of the songs that are hot, bro, are that's what they're on.
Okay, so let me give you this lyric. Can't nobody ride when that's the head 5. Who is that? That's
nobody
a hot
what?
song.
Yeah, I don't know.
She can't get in the car unless that head is fire.
Oh,
That's T.I. new song.
okay.
So, lyrically speaking, it's as erotic.
But that's
Yes.
part of the problem in our community. We
It's
continue.
sexually driven. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying, it's like if you're gonna be on, it's like we get mad because we on the right, and somebody 100 miles on the right, or somebody 1 mile on the right. If you're on the right, you're on the right. And if you're in the middle, you're in the middle. So we can't get mad at, if we gonna go left, people go left. We can't get mad because they real close to the middle. They can get back real easy. Once you start bullshit is part of the product. So it's just gonna get raunchier. And then when Young Miami's a 50-year-old woman, she gonna be saying, man, we wasn't doing that. They really dropping draws in videos and da. It's gonna be raunchier when she get older.
So you've heard a song raunchier than what anything Lil Kim has ever put out? Have you heard a song raunchier than what she's ever put out? I mean, just
I
be
be
honest.
stroking. That's what I be doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
Stroke it to the left.
you know, what I mean, these songs have been raunchy for and the
I'm
reality of
your
it is,
candy liquor.
then you go back and ask another question. You know, tell me the last female rapper that was successful that wasn't talking about anything sexually oriented or
Rhapsody?
I said popular.
Rhapsody.
Okay.
She like
Rap,
you have to go all that far back.
bruh. Here's my point is they know they're not gonna. It's unfortunate, but
Don't
they're
think
not gonna really make it. They're not gonna really make it unless they're talking about something erotic.
Lauren Hill.
I
Your girl
said
from last week?
Rapper. Who
I
said
said rapper. Lauren was an artist who could rap,
Or even
but
recently, like you said, recently, Lauren Hills
Rhapsody was
from,
on BET Awards.
but nobody. You know rap. You know two Rhapsody
Yeah.
songs.
I know one.
Yeah. She from North
That's what I said,
Carolina.
too.
Yeah. She was North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave
she's not- I
that
said-
argument alone.
Rap, you gonna put Rhapsody?
No,
Put
but
Rhapsody beside Cardi B, beside Megan,
No.
beside and tell me who gonna? You
know-
don't even know. You know what I mean, I
What
don't.
you saying is, if you put Rhapsody next to Cardi B and Megan or Young Miami,
Right.
Rhapsody a killer man rap.
And rap and pure rap.
But if you
But
say
popularity.
if you took the average kid walking down the street and said, "Who is?"
That's my point.
I'm gonna use free tickets
But that's what
to
we're talking
Cardi
about.
B
That's my point.
That's the
or
point.
Rhapsody.
We're not talking about who can rap. We're talking about who
Popularity.
And
who
to
is
me-
making
but
it
see,
big because
now-
of just rap. Nobody.
Remember last week's question? Something's being done to us. Either we fucked up by birth or something's being done to us. Because there's no way in the world a woman can rap that well. She can keep up with Nas. And Nas probably one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Debatable, but go ahead.
I'm saying debatable that he's got to be, he's great.
I ain't never heard. Well, I ain't saying she's not, but
Rhapsody can get busy, okay? Doja Girl can get busy.
maybe
There's a
But what
lot
I'm
of good
saying
rappers.
is-
I'm just
No,
saying to
but what
y'all.
I'm
To y'all.
saying is, why isn't money being put behind Rhapsody like it's put behind Cardi B? Who is making a decision to say, I'm going to promote foolishness over consciousness? That's a decision that's made.
Somebody that makes a donation to the IDF.
So
Defense
something.
Fund.
So I'm saying something's being done to us in that situation.
I'm saying that, and my point is that's the music. That's the music business. It's been that way. It didn't just start. It's been this way.
Right.
So if I see somebody like a Young Miami who got a hit song now if you know she has a criminal history or she going out there doing foolish stuff, okay. But for most part, these folks talking good stuff. They doing all this, you know what I mean? But as long as you not now, does it portray negativity? Does it portray these bad things? Yes. We can't deny that. You know what I mean? We can't deny that. But I'm not gonna dog her out and criticize her and say, oh, why did you make this song when I hear all these other BS songs that folks keep getting killed on? You know what I mean? We were talking about it on the podcast for years. Like, God, okay, anybody survive these rap songs? But in all these rap songs, somebody's dead.
But,
You know what I'm
she's
saying?
better-
who's
But
putting the
It
money
has to
behind
start,
it?
You know
but
who
it
put
has
the
to
money
start,
behind it.
yeah.
I don't know who is it.
The labels.
The labels and the labels are mostly
labels-
run by those same
by-
people
by-
that
They're-
donate to the idea.
What's the idea?
Israeli Defense Fund.
I mean, the reality of it is Jewish people own most of these labels. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just like they own, you know, just these radio stations. These people, it ain't nothing changed. So they're gonna prefer you put this for our people. This is what happens for our culture. Our culture is always, you know, exploited. You know what I mean? You know, and it's
she was just
unfortunate,
pointing
but it's
that
just the
out, that's all.
truth. It's
And
just the
until you
truth.
can sell FYT, you're going to continue to be exploited.
Yeah.
Somebody got to stand up and say, hold up, man, F you.
That's
I
what
mean,
she's trying to
are
do.
they? Do we feel like these artists are responsible for their lyrics in terms of, you know, how it reflects? And like when they make a song such as this, should they, you know, put a label on the junk like smoke it like
back in the day when what was it?
Explicit lyrics. Yeah.
Explicit lyrics or whatever.
Well, I think we have to start that, and I think that's one thing that hurts our community. We accept what's ever done to us, and don't have any pushback. Like I said, white parents got 2 artists pulled off of radio stations. The Baby and Rick Ross got pulled right off of radio stations just because they said, we don't want this and our kids listen to this. What happens with us, the problem is a lot with the infecteds, it's real close proximity between the child. Hell, I know a couple times Charles Disco, you'd lock the mama up and the daughter would be getting locked up where they going to the same club, same time. And that's a total different look and a total different attitude. And what I'm saying is we allow that to be put in our communities. So if we don't speak out on it like Indy Iree did, it has to be a start somewhere. She chose this song because it may have touched her. I guarantee Indy Iree is not the type person that listens to that on the regular. Trash music on the regular, So she's spoke out. She had the platform. She had the courage to speak out where everybody else gets up there and just claps. I don't listen to that shit, but they clap. That's all I'm saying. It has to start somewhere. And if we don't start setting the boundaries, certain groups will continue to put the trash in there. But all it would take, like we boycotted that one Korean store in Target, what would happen if we say, okay, we're not going to listen to this music anymore?
That ain't reality, though.
They changed. They would change. What would happen? They would change because T.I. is talented to go right back to doing the music he used to do with the same beats. That's a talented brother, so he ain't gonna skip a beat. But the ones that just go for that trap music and drill music, that's gonna be out the door.
I think a lot of times too, if you look at T.I., you look at Killer Mike. I'm just staying in Atlanta. You look at 21 Savage. Somebody talking to them on the regular. Like they don't tell them what to play, but they got a hierarchy that they respect, which is why you stay in your career 20, 30, 40 years. Because there's somebody that's in your ear. I don't think when you look at, like, if you listen to Cardi B, her music was when you hear her talking, somebody's talking to her. Because she be saying stuff like, you reading or being mentored or both. Somebody's talking to her. Her consciousness is increasing. When you talk to Megan Thee Stallion, her consciousness is increasing. She started off foolish, like Snoop Dogg and them. They started off real foolish. Somebody's whispering in their ear. And I don't think Young Miami, she's just a product of what she's at this time. But somebody got to whisper in her ear. Otherwise, she's going to be a 10-minute fad. Like all my milkshakes, you know what I'm saying? So somebody's whispering in their ear. So you got to have the guidance and mentorship. And I think we also got to point out, why is it that people, because she's not the only talent. All she did was put a beat that people bop their head to and put a cool-ass refrain in. And that's all she got.
Let me ask you this, then we're going to move on from this. What Mike's saying, Ascop's saying is valid. But the thing is, with the way it is today, with social media, with streaming, can you really shut the music down? Can you really take them off the air?
We could cause a change in the music. All you're going to say is, we're not going to play it anymore. Remember when NWA came out?
I play the music.
With Fuck the Police, they came out with Fuck the Police, and then all of a sudden, a lot of say, oh, we can't mess with NWA. It made them more popular, but certain stations won't play it.
No, but what he's saying is people don't listen to radio.
Right.
They got
the radio ain't going to do it. Yeah, the radio.
I think what'll happen, it'll have to take, if we had the right people, like religious leaders, come out and say, hey, look, we don't want that in our communities. It would have to go where it's still going to be streamed and people can still buy it, but it won't be mainstream. Like they might drop that category altogether. Or the category, when they vote for it at BET, they would take the general conscious decision, okay, we're not going to include this one. We're not going to include any rap song with these lyrics in it. And that's all we have to do. I'm not saying police it out, but it does have to have some policing.
But like if you look at Drewski, he all internet. Most of the people, it's not like back in the day where you had a movie or you had a movie or you had a sitcom or a TV show and everybody knew you because everybody watched the TV, right? So at 7 o'clock Thursday, Bill Cosby. everybody knew him because it was the man, right? Everybody knew Al Pacino, or everybody knew Bob Barker. Everybody knew because that was the thing. But now you can be million people famous and walk through Walmart and nobody know who you are. And you're a multi-millionaire with millions of followers. Like, that's that dude you be talking about all the time. You work with him sometimes.
Oh,
He do the comedy.
Country Wayne. you talking
Country.
about.
Who don't nobody know Country Wayne for real? Country Wayne popular for his audience. Outside his audience, don't nobody know him. So if he was to go into West Virginia and get gas at a random gas station, most people would know who he was. Not saying he's not popular. I'm not saying he's
Yeah,
not
I see
popular
what
at
you're
all.
saying.
But I'm saying if Michael Jordan was to go to a gas station in West Virginia, everybody knew who he was. With Country Wayne, or if you were to say Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy, everybody, even if you didn't listen to his show, you knew who he was. Country Wayne is popular in his audience. Outside his audience, he's a regular person.
I'm just saying, I just don't think we're being realistic.
It's not gonna stop.
I get it. I would prefer to hear, if you're gonna remove some stuff, remove all the people getting killed on every song. You know what I mean? But then the flip side of that is, can you imagine watching Menace to Society without a gangster track to it? Could you imagine watching Boys in the Hood
Right.
without a gangster track to it? You know what I mean? These things don't happen. And then, you know, and I'm saying, you know, you got the whole 50 Cent series, all of them. Nobody would watch that junk if everybody was just doctors and lawyers and everybody got along. Nobody who would watch it. We had no popularity to it. You know what I mean? I think we got to be realistic.
It has to be. I'm saying what I was trying to get to is that why don't we police our youth? If I'm gonna tell you, my nephew, my son, a couple other kids I know love rap music. There was a time my nephew used to, every time we walked into a store, into a mall, he would see a chain. This is when he was like 7 or 8 years old. First thing he would say, "Unc, I want one of those. That's a Snoop Dogg chain." All he thought that life was that. But you let him know that part is actually, I mean, you can achieve goals, but most of the stuff that you see on videos and on TV or whatever is fantasy. It's entertainment. And I think if we push that message, a kid could listen to whatever damn song they want to. But if their values are right and their morals are right, their the base is right, if the right support system is around them, it's not going to, I know you're not going to get every one of them, but it will keep them from following that song or trying to be what they're singing, instead of trying to stop people from making the songs or stop the songs from being
I
out.
agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the something's being done to us because there has to be somebody or something, some entity is not creating balance and harmony for a real reason. So when you get balance and harmony, it's nothing wrong. I'm not gonna say nothing wrong. The song Spin That is inappropriate. But then I'm saying when we were little, you had songs that were appropriate was as popular or more popular than the inappropriate songs. Some kind of way the money that went behind people who spoke appropriately, appropriate based songs has lost the finance to create good content. Good content is what we after, which is why you got Lauryn Hill, who got 2 albums, really 1 album, who everybody in here know and the generation behind them know because she made good work. You see what I'm saying? Our kids don't know 2 Live Crew. Our kids don't know who Trick Daddy is or Trina. That was us in the 90s having fun.
And what did the older people say about those songs?
They were against them too, but what I'm saying is...
Same argument.
But what I'm saying
It was
is...
the same
when
argument.
Tupac dropped Mama, Dear Mama, wasn't nobody out selling that album. When Tupac dropped Brenda's Got a Baby, that was number 1. The Ranches stuff...
But let me ask you,
wasn't on the same level.
but why was Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby so popular?
It was heartfelt by our community.
But
Morals.
why? No.
Everybody can identify with it.
Boom.
Everybody can identify with sex.
Here's
Not-
my point.
not that
my point
hood rat
is
shit.
that's why some songs come popular. Spin That, like Key just said, that was her life experience. She used to be a booster. She used to be a scammer. She rapped about what she used to do. You know what I mean?
Some of
People
these folks,
people in the
relate
hood,
to it.
they relate to it.
Right, but what I'm
That's what makes a lot of them songs so
what
popular.
all I'm saying is something's being done to us because there's somebody who's in the same ghetto as she is who can explain the essence and the beauty of what they came through to where they're going to. That
So
is
beauty
just
in
as
it.
talented or more talented than Young Money who can't get financed. That's a problem.
But you know that's the unfortunate reality though, bro. That's just the reality. They're way more gifted rappers
Maybe
than the ones that's out there, but they don't get the
Right.
props because they may not be they may be saying something too positive. They may be saying
Right, and
something and they are ultra talented.
When Will Smith dropped
You know what I mean?
Summertime,
Just the way
when
it
Will
is.
Smith dropped Summertime,
Mhm.
he was really mimicking Rakim, right? Summertime. That was a hit.
still say.
And at the same time, it was raunchy music. What I'm saying is something's being done to us because you got to tell Young Money don't have to stop doing nothing. But she can't be
Young Miami. Sorry,
Young
young
Miami.
lady.
She cannot be the only person at the top of the mountain. It's got to be several people up there with her that's also banging out good hits because it's good music that can bring you good energy, that's saying something positive, and you can vibe to. It's got a good beat and all that.
But again, if that's not your reality, and we're talking about the kids that's gravitating to the words of Spin That, because like I said, that was their reality. Just like in our day, what was it? It's like The Ghetto. That song spoke to me because when I walked up and down the streets of New York City, I saw it. So the same thing here, just like Southern when T.I. first came out and everything, when Goody Mob, all of them first came out. The reason why folks in New York, folks in other cities wasn't getting it was because they couldn't relate to it. Right now, as Angelo said, let's face it, the people that's relating to this music is making it popular. But if we as a community somehow can get to some of them kids and just let them know, hey, listen, yeah, it's great. I mean, the bars is dope. The beat is dope, but you got to understand, you can't go out and do that. That's not what you need to be
It's not
doing.
what they've had a discussion for years.
I don't think I'm saying is something's being done to us because when J. Cole
It
made
ain't
that,
no conspiracy, dude. It's us allowing everybody else to do what you do.
I feel
when
a lot
you
of
had
it being-
Red Fox selling comedy jokes,
I feel a lot of
it was on record,
versus
and you had
violence.
to go to bed, and your parents listened to Red Fox,
Right.
right? Bill Cosby, you can listen to the record with your parents.
You know what the
Tomas
parents
Smith.
did? Red Fox doing all that cursing.
Yeah.
They still told your ass you can't curse just because you hear it.
Right.
The problem is now, ain't nobody telling these kids, even though you like this song, you can't do
What
it.
I'm saying,
Let me ask you a question.
he wasn't the sage on the stage.
But let me
It
ask you
was
this
other
question
people.
real quick. So we got to move. But the infected. Will the infected be the infected with or without that song?
Yeah.
Yes, but you got to start somewhere. If you take something away,
I get that part. My
it's more than just a song. It's more than a song.
Then
but it's
my point is my question to you is the things that the infected do are things that the infected gonna do with or without the music. Not just this particular song. I'm just asking you, with or without the music, will the infected still do what the infected gonna do with or without the music?
To the educated, yes, but what it does, you set a cycle where it's never going to end because when a baby grows up and they're not listening to the, old school music and they listening to Sexy Red, Young Miami, and all this, and they grow up listening to music where people talking about taking fentanyl, scissor, smoking on a blunt, They smell blunt smoke all through the house. The mama smoke with the daughter. The grandmama smoke with everybody. They, it's just
So we have to we want to have a where we can censor their ears and their eyes, because if they don't hear it on the radio,
at some
they
point,
gonna
yes,
see it
that's
on
all I'm
TV.
saying. Listen to what you do as an adult, but it's gotten to the point now there's no line blood. So if you're getting mad because they do this, they do this. We get mad when a infected get his tail whooped by the police. We get upset when there's a killing. It ain't just let's check this out. But we don't get upset when a weekend goes by in Chicago and 19 people are killed and some ungodly number shot. We have to have.
They do.
No, my point is we have to as a culture, we need to say this is wrong. We're going to set our own parameters instead of.
I agree with that.
Instead of
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I agree with that part.
I agree wholeheartedly because white people are trifling too. Asian people are trifling too.
We ain't talking about that.
No, what I'm saying is white people are trifling. They do stuff. They don't get beat up by the police like we do when they do the same things. And I'm saying when black people get 19 murders in one community, Father Flager's out there. Jermaine Wright be out there in Chicago. They be walking the streets. They be protesting. You got the mom. They got an organization in Chicago now where, moms who literally walk the street, but they don't get no money. They don't get no attention. So I'm saying something's being done to us because if you got moms.
It's not being, boy. You're the most conspiracy.
No, it's not a conspiracy. If you got a group that's organized by mothers who have dead children, and they're walking the streets of Chicago at 2 a.m. in the morning as a conglomerate to stop violence. They should not be hungry. They should need whatever they need to do their job. They should have it.
That's the culture. That's what I'm talking about, the culture.
They don't control the purse strings. So
they do. We're in the number 11 or 12 country with our spending power. We have to change our morals and start caring about that.
No, listen what I'm saying. But the people who do care should not be underfunded. If it ain't but one organization that cares,
you want to
say overly funded.
F Whitey, but then you want him to help us. We got to help ourselves.
No, we pay taxes. It's our money.
It don't work like that.
I'm saying we pay taxes.
Like
the government not going to give them no money, bro.
But they give it to
stop. Yes, they do. That's the reality of it. So now you expect for them to just change and give it to us?
No, I expect us to command what
we can't demand anything because we can't group together. When you get to the point where you can say, okay, nobody black buying anything. You better stop up now because the only thing we getting is gas, and that's if it's absolutely necessary. Boom, and we do it. That's when they'll stop.
We do it. Target just got a new CEO.
Target did it, but we have to organize and make that belief.
I would much rather us focus our attention on stopping kids from wearing their pants hanging down and watching their drawers than I would be worried about spending that. You know what I mean? I think there's a whole lot of things that we can focus on.
Let's start there.
If we start somewhere, let's start on a national boycott that everybody got to pull their freaking pants
but how
up.
Do you even
that would
work.
You know
that would be the start of it.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying that. I just think
we don't have any way that we ostracize people that behave badly. Everybody else does.
No, we do. It's just something's being done to us. We got to accept reality.
Be able to teach your children right from wrong. And I think if we can do that, I don't give a damn what song is played. Again, like I said, some infected are just infected. Some are just that. But if you just teach yours right, then all the songs can be played that need to be played or whatever, and you're treated as entertainment.
That don't excuse your child from going into a world where other people are taught. It's a lot of people who treat their kids right, and they end up on cocaine because they hung around the wrong person. I'm saying we got to build not individualism. We got to build community.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. No. You say if we raise our child right.
When I say our child, I speak of our community. I'm not just speaking about the child in my. Yes, I'm going to teach mine, but also, again, the village has been torn apart.
No, that's what I'm telling you, bruh.
The village has been torn apart.
In certain instances, that's true, but what I'm saying is...
We're scared to speak to somebody else's child because we're scared of what the parent might say to us for speaking to their child. But that makes you a
coward, not the situation.
It's the reality of it, bro.
Right, so if you're a coward, you can't complain when you get cowardly results.
Coward is strong for something like that. These folk crazy, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
What do you mean?
These folk crazy, man. It ain't being a coward. Sometimes it's being smart.
Saturday, I was in the gas station. Young lady came
All right,
in there.
after this, we gonna go to the next. Go ahead.
Young lady came in there. 2 boys got 2 pistols on them. They harassing this lady. I said, man, leave that girl alone, man. Man, what you talking about, man? Let's let the girl get her stuff and go, man. They got the pistols extended. I ain't got no pistol on me. I just got courage in my heart.
No, you're also a big 6'3",
Well, they got
6'4"
pistols.
black man.
They got
300
22.
pounds.
Let's not get that junk confused.
Bum rush your ass.
No,
Hell no.
but
They
it's-
gonna think
but
twice.
hold on,
Let's not get that junk confused.
No,
now.
it's two
You know what I mean?
It's
They're gonna
two
be like,
guys
oh,
with
yeah,
32. With
Yeah,
30
everybody
with
ain't
32
ready to
bullets.
chance their life, bro.
They 32, but they're my brother, man. You gonna kill me over telling you let this woman be?
They will.
Oh, think they
Take
won't?
your ass up on Candler Road
They
at,
will.
Think they won't?
at 1 o'clock.
All right, listen, y'all. We're gonna table this one because again, when we're talking about the community, Classic Conversation can keep going on and on and on. And we are gonna speak some more stuff about the community. We're actually gonna talk about this kid that was found in Mississippi after going on a 4th of July trip with his friends who were all white. And we're also gonna talk about the birthday of America. 250 years old.
Raw.
We're gonna talk about that. 2 minutes. And we'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere, please. 2 minutes. We'll be right back. We'll go over your comments, then we're going to get into them.
Classic Conversation with Jae Tea and Lo. New phone. Listen, man, I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
The whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right, and I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left, it was dry to the right, it was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lo, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
Ready to find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
We back, man. That was a quick clap. What it was real fast. Yeah, we back, y'all. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's the comp.
Yeah. We're gonna you wanna go on them comments real quick?
Let's see here. Where we left off at. Had it work, we did that one. Bottom line, stay out of Milledgeville. If you have money, well, we did that one already. President had better things to do than inject himself in the outcome of sporting events. He's always sleeping at all events anyway. That's true story. Now he get his sleep in at all events.
Knocked out at the Knicks game.
He did motivation. He did motivate the other team, and we weren't that good. That's what I said earlier. JT, do you watch soccer? Bro, looks like they need an ambulance after every play, and then the refs say get up and they start running. Yeah,
fast.
Yeah. I'm a Kobe fan. No issue with LeBron. That's a rarity. He's a freaking flopper. Stop it, coach. Yeah, me and Nash already having this conversation. She an idiot. It was a child who said he can buy a new phone. I told y'all it was a child. That was a child. That was a kid voice for sure. Aunt checked in. Man, y'all sound crazy talking about just give her your phone. That's his phone. And that's coming from a woman. Know that right. Ain't getting up jack.
She ain't gonna go through your phone though.
She made a song about her life before rapping. A lot of hits come from experiences. 50 Cent's considered genius for his shows. Yep, that's my point earlier. Yes, baby. Oh, you read that one already. I mean, if you don't like the song, just don't listen to it. And that's also a fact. Ain't nobody forcing down nobody's ears, right? And in this world of streaming, you really don't have to listen to nothing.
Nothing you don't want to listen to. It's a good point.
You really don't have to. You know what I mean? Unless you're out in the club and there's gonna be club music.
Then you can leave.
You got the right to leave whenever you want to. But tell them don't play that song. You're gonna boo your body there. Yeah, that was all of them.
All right, as I said,
hey, real quick, not to cut you off. I'm sorry. But Gino Auriemma is doing this NBA thing.
Yo,
that's just another sample of their privilege. Because had any other coach did what he did to Don Staley, or if Don Staley had did that to him,
that's what we talked about when it happened.
But they made anyway. Just looking at him up there.
Is he going to the NBA?
No. He's on. They're redoing.
He's commentating
with Robin Roberts. Contributing to because it's like 30 years now. 30 years at WNBA or whatever.
Yeah. So they got him in there.
But they just let that junk just slide. Yeah. And go. So anyway,
he made some great points though about Caitlin Clark, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. I like some of the things he said about that. Okay, as I said, in Mississippi, it was the death of an 18-year-old kid that actually, his name was Nolan Xavier Wells. His body was believed he vanished after going on a boat trip with friends on the 4th of July. He was last seen on Horn Island, a barrier island about 10 miles from the Gulf Coast. His friends came back and Nolan was not with them, so his mom actually put out on social media that he was missing. 4th of July was on Saturday. His body was found Monday morning at 8:45. The friends left. This is what the official said. The friends left and went back without Nolan. According to them, from what they understand, he chose to stay there. Now, this was a kid that 18 years old, graduated, just completed his freshman year of college where he played football at a community college, was home, kicking it with some of his high school friends. And the pictures that were shown, it was him and 3 other white guys. Looked like they probably all played high school football together or something like that. But the kids say that he didn't want to leave the island. Now, this island is 10 miles off of the Gulf Coast, out there by itself. He decided to stay. They left and came back. And none of the reports, and I looked at a lot of them, none of these kids was questioned. I can't say that they wasn't, but there was no comments from the kids other than that he wanted to stay. There's a lot of questions on this. Of course, a lot of people want to make it, there's 3 white kids, 1 black kid. They're going to make it racial. They found him He was in the water when they found him. I'm assuming I couldn't find out if he was actually in the water or if he was like, right on the beach of this island or whatever. But it hasn't been ruled accidental, homicide, suicide. Hasn't been ruled anything yet. They just
So
found
the coroner
his body.
has done his report.
Yeah, just found the body yesterday. So, in your experience, ask a cop in something like this. Not saying that these kids wasn't questioned, but would you usually see some of the answers or some type of statements from the kids?
No, you wouldn't see anything because it's an investigation. And the biggest problem with us, we like to cry wolf. Or every time something happens to anybody black, want to cry wolf, 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 wolf. There's enough effed up shit that happens to us as a people to save it. Just let the facts come out. Ain't never gonna change if we wait and reconvene this in 2 weeks, because it kind of sounds flaky, but that's why you have investigations. That's why you take statements from individuals at the time of the incident. And guarantee the police are gonna they're gonna have a coroner's report, but the police are gonna tie those kids into statements right off the bat. Now, the most suspicious thing about the whole thing, they all lower it up real quick. So that makes you go, okay, you lower it up, but you also got to look at it the way people get canceled out in America today. That would be a smart thing to do. The worst thing you can do, talk to the police.
Without
in that situation, and I'm a cop. You should get a lawyer. So, and the kids, one of them's dad's like rich. And I don't know about the other ones, but so it's a situation. Let's wait until the facts come out, because when the facts come out, it's going to tell us. If you get 4 teenage kids or young adults separate in a room and you talk to those individuals, that's going to be the big question. Were they allowed to leave? Did they notify the police when their friend, did they just leave? So they just left. Who called the police? When they called them, what were the responses? Those calls probably going to be taped. So there's a lot of things that's going to come out. It's going to come out in the wash real quick, because just take one misstatement, one change statement, and that's when you see an investigation.
You believe the cops gonna do right?
Well, everything in the world is a negative.
No, I'm asking you your belief.
Yes, of course, man. Nobody's going to jeopardize their career. They're going to get statements. They're going to get statements from the individuals involved. So I'm not going to condemn anybody.
I'm just saying the police have been known to lie when it comes to black-white.
A lot of people have been known to lie, but when the statement is...
We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about white people.
Okay, you can make it to white, black. Yeah, they just took him out on a boat and drowned him. You want
I'm
him
not
to be
saying that.
drowned? You want to be shot or just beat and drowned?
No, I'm not
Which
saying
one you
that.
want it to
I'm
be?
saying that we got a convicted felon in the White House who never served one day in jail.
Jesus Christ. Good God.
Right?
How the fuck did this come back?
Because his testimony is people were lying on him. It
Okay.
ain't true. The authorities have a vendetta against him. That's his testimony, which is why people believed in him and voted for him. That was his alibi. I'm saying we got a situation where, we got to be patient and see what's going on, but
That's all I'm saying.
but we can't always trust the police because they have been known to lie.
Okay, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that it came back without, they never notified anybody he didn't come back with them. They just came back. The question didn't start happening until the parents started asking, "Hey, where's our son?" You know what I mean? And then, I heard some interesting inside information today that they lowered up because the kids, one, like I said, they're extremely rich. One father is a judge involved. Parents a judge. Aunt's lawyer, uncle's lawyer. You know what I mean? All those kids are extremely connected. All of them are extremely connected, and so, they were saying there might have been a fight between rival kids, and they left him, to fend for himself. You know, there was some talks about this girl that supposed left with a girl, but she said he left by himself. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, just let the investigation
how the investigation plays out, but they are a connected group of kids, and
who know how to work the system.
And you know, there's a good chance it's gonna, you know, this is gonna be ruled as a drowning.
Well,
and
that happens a lot.
Unless that coroner can definitely say it was, you know, dead before the drowning.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hard, you know what I mean? But it's gonna be interesting for sure.
And there's a different way the water will look in the lungs. It all comes out in the front.
And this area they were at, apparently you can only get there by boat.
Mm-hmm.
You can only get there. It's only like I think it says on like a 10-mile stretch of water.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only get there by boat. You know what I mean? But then there's a drowning, you know, it's like a mini Lake Lanier. Somebody drowns there every year.
Yeah.
But yes.
I'm looking forward to hearing what common sense is going to say, because if this kid didn't come back with you, there's some common sense things you should have done, especially when the parents start notifying you. Like, hey, where's my son? You know, you need to start talking about, because at that point, if you didn't do anything, the truth don't really need a defense attorney.
Oh, yes, it does.
You know what I mean? No, when I'm talking to your mom, I don't need a defense attorney to talk to your mom because I didn't do nothing.
Well, so you don't know the wave of, see, a lot factors into it, because when you've actually been there and taken statements from people and somebody's, because I've had black
I'm
moms.
talking to the mom. Because the mom had to call me. If I'm the white boy, the mom had to call me and say, hey, my son not back. What's going on?
Okay, but
I'm going to say, well, he was there.
This is how it worked. I done seen it when it's two black kids go out, one doesn't come back, and the mom says, what the fuck did y'all do with my son? All is in the way that you ask her. You can say, hey, have you seen him? Or you say, hey, what the hell happened to my son? Where is he? It's all in the demeanor on it. But like I said, that's one thing that I would look at in the way any investigator is going to look at. You lawyer it up and had a lawyer already before I talk to you. That's going to be the big thing. That's the point when people want to just make everything whitey. It comes to a thing that the first thing they're going to look at cell phone records. They're going to go all the house phones, all the cell phone records of the dad, the mom, the cousin, the dog. And we're going to see when they all arrived, how many calls were between them, where did these calls go. Now, if they're leaving the island and everybody's calling their dads, and then the first call the dad makes is to a law firm or to a lawyer that they know, all that factors into it. That's what I'm saying. It comes out in the investigation.
Does that make you guilty?
Ooh, it's making you say, okay,
and
why did you lure up before we even knew he was missing? That's what I'm saying. All that ties in together. If he wasn't reported or they didn't know he had drowned until they found him.
Is that illegal?
It's not about being illegal. It's an investigation.
No, I actually don't know. If my son called me and said, Dad, boom, 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 and I called my lawyer.
That's not illegal.
No, it's not. But what'll happen, what's going to be looked at really close, say if his body was, he's a floater, and they saw him floating at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Okay, but they lawyered up and started calling lawyers, every one of the boys' family did, at 4 p.m. So that means they were aware that he was dead at that point, because what they're going to do at that point is the lawyers are going to be subpoenaed, and the lawyers are going to be asked questions. Well, that's my client, the privilege. And then that's when they're going to start looking at it in a different way. Like I said, when water's ingested by drowning, it goes in your body a different way than if you were dead and thrown in the water.
Correct.
It's not going to, the lungs aren't going to fill up with water all the way.
I'm going to be quiet until investigations come, but all I'm saying, common sense things should be very relevant right now. Things that you would expect. So if let's say this is a made up thing, he didn't want to leave, we came back. That's a common sense thing. So what happened to him after that? I can't tell you, because he didn't want to leave. Okay, then you asked him to come twice. I asked him to come once. He was adamant on staying. I'm saying some common stuff.
And that'll come out in the statements.
Things should be happening.
That'll come out in the statements.
But when stuff don't come out, when common sense stuff don't lead the conversation, it's real suspicious to me.
No, but you can't say it's suspicious because none of that's out yet. The records aren't out. What's going to happen, they're going to do pin registers on all the phones. Pin registers, when you get all the information off the phone, you dump it into a computer, it's going to say who called who at what time. It's going to say where the 4 boys are involved in it. It's going to have you calling him, calling you called your mom, you called his mom, you called his mom, you called his mom. Then it's going to have me, I'm the rich guy that's a judge. It's going to have a judge calling all of them. And then after that, everybody's going to call a lawyer after we had that conversation. It's going to play out. It's like a thumbprint, dude. That's how they get people on conspiracy.
But what I'm saying is that don't make me guilty.
It's not about making guilty. It's when you have that evidence, you have the phone evidence together. Then you have the coroner says he didn't die by natural causes from drowning. I mean, that's not natural, but drowning. Okay, now it's like, now the whole question, because we got that original statement from you. Now I'm not coming to because they're all adults. They're not kids. Right. So now I'm not coming to Sykes and saying, hey, Mr. Sykes, you said here that he wanted to leave. Now we're finding out that he didn't die by natural causes. Was there anybody out there when you were there? Oh, yeah, there was multiple people. Okay, you lawyered up. I go to you. So what happened was, he didn't want to go with us. Was there anybody else on the island? You said, no, there wasn't nobody. We're the only ones out there because you're trying to keep your lie together so there's nobody else can talk to you. We asked you, and you said no comment because you're told by your lawyer, don't say nothing. Now that's 3 more things. So then they go to the 4th guy, and they go with, hey, man, shoot, you're going to Harvard this year, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I know you don't want, what do you want to be? I'm going to be a lawyer. Well, you don't want this, something like this, so we're going to give you an opportunity. And they're going to look at everybody, and they're going to go to the judge's kid ain't going to be spoken to. You lawyered up. His family doesn't have money. Sykes' family is dirt poor. So he's sitting there and they ask him, they can say, hey, man, don't let these boys lawyer up and you end up holding the bag. Because we've already talked to him, and I have a statement. Not a real statement, but we already talked to him. He gave us 4 pages. He said, 4 pages? How the hell? He's in his mindset. We told each other we weren't going to talk. And then all of a sudden we started saying, dude, don't let these rich motherfuckers, you poor white trash, don't let these rich white boys get you fucked up. And then at that point you break and say, well, and that's when the DA looks at all the evidence and the DA goes back to Sykes a week later and say, we'll work your deal, man. We just need your testimony. Exchange for your testimony, we won't prosecute you. And he tells what actually happened. It's going to come out in time. That's what happens. It's not in our time. It's not because everybody's upset that the black kid got killed. Black kids get killed every weekend. Let's worry about the ones, that we can worry about. This one, when the investigation's coming out, if it's a bullshit investigation, I'll do a whole editorial on here, what they should have did or what they could have did. But when you put the cart before the horse and nothing's gone wrong yet, it takes away. But that's what I mean by
but you understand.
Oh, I understand
why people feel a certain kind of way. Okay.
I totally understand. But what I don't want to do is people to take the jury pool. You don't want to take the jury pool. You don't want to have this nationwide thing where everybody's talking and then those kids lawyer up. We ain't saying nothing. Make your case, motherfucker. That's what ends up happening. So you're doing a disservice to the police because once it hit the news, national news, and you got black people talking about this, I'm like, hey, we ain't saying shit. They're going to make our case. We're not going to help them make the case because they can't be compelled to talk.
Right.
Because they're lawyered up.
Right.
Hey, man, that shit sounded just like some shit I've seen on SVU.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, just like that. Well,
SBU.
The
special victim.
the whole case does though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole case does.
Like I said, now, if you
really
want my personal opinion, something didn't go out right because you're going to look at the fact, okay, if it only takes a boat to get there, he doesn't have a boat. Did he stay behind with a girl or another group of people? Things like that start factoring in.
The inside story is there's supposed to be some kind of ruckus between 2 different groups because it's a very racist area, naturally, Mississippi. Yeah. But
what you mean, man? You don't. Mississippi got more blacks than anywhere.
That don't mean it's not racist.
I know.
It's very racist.
More reason to be racist.
Yeah, it's very racist. And where they were, he may have still only been on the black kid out there. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, see, that's
even with
my
the other
point.
groups.
But let it come out. There's going to be, if there was other people, if it was a weekend, you're going to have other people start coming
Let me ask you
forward.
this as a cop. What if they lower it up?
Nah, the parents knew where he was going.
And I also know this thing. You can break in your house. I can't. Because you know what window is not working right. You know which door don't always close tight. You know the garage door. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying if he's lowered it up and these people got money or they got family members that's in the legal system, they know what to say and not to say.
Yeah, the lawyer's going to tell them exactly what to say.
So what I'm saying, if they lower you up, they could be like, man, we not saying nothing. America gonna hate us. But we not saying nothing.
That's what they should do.
From July today to the trial, we not gonna say nothing. Whatever y'all state, do whatever you want to do, right? I don't know nothing. So now, to me, that's what I'm saying. Common sense not coming out. Because if all us hanging out and you don't come back and your wife called me, I'm saying, well, we was at the studio. We left about 11:30. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I'm not going.
It's a big difference between a missing person. When the police first went and talked to him, we had a person that was reported missing, probably from the mall. So we go in a missing person inquiry. I'm just asking. It's like, hey, Toby was with you. Did you see Toby? No. We go ask all three of you. Okay, that's all it was. Now, when Toby's found floating, now I don't know if they came back and asked the questions again, or they're gonna wait until after the autopsy. Now, that's the biggest thing with me is why would those 4 parents lawyer up unless they were told something? That's why phone forensics is going to play a big part in this case.
I think there's a real good chance that the boys came back, told their parents
what
something.
really happened, and they tried
the
to
parents
call.
immediately said, hey, shut up.
But you're wrong. That's
Shut it
not how
down.
it happened. That's how it would have happened when we were kids. We didn't have cell phones.
Right.
These kids got cell phones. That's why I say the phone forensics are going to play.
They don't
because
send a
when you
text
see
or
all
something.
4 kids call their parents and they stay on the phone for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then the next call goes to the
that'll make you guilty.
It's not about guilty. It's a preponderance of the evidence.
Not for murder.
No, a lot of it plays in it because that plays a big part in it. Because you might have A, B, C, F, D, C, and then you got to fill in the rest of them. Part of it's going to be filled in when the coroner gives a report, hypothetically, and it turns not to be not natural causes death. Was there any bruising on his body? Was inconsistent with somebody hitting rocks or getting out the water? And there's a big difference between a bruise that occurred after death or before death. So that's going to factor into it. 100%. When the phone calls, durations of the calls, and the 100% biggest call is 4 parents decided to call lawyers after having talked to their kids prior to this kid being found floating.
They didn't have to call lawyers. They're already in the family. One of the kids.
No. These people with money, the first thing you know, you don't know what those attorneys are. You could be.
No, I'm telling you, 2 of the kids' parents are lawyers and judges.
But lawyers. But if you're going to get a criminal attorney on this, so
but I think what Lo's saying is they know who they.
Correct.
They calling the right person.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
They already know what to do.
No, but my point is simply this: that's going to help. If you're an attorney, and you do real estate and you do whatever, why the fuck would you call the top criminal attorney in the country or the top one in Mississippi?
Because I know what to do.
But you're missing my point.
I get your point.
As a detective, the detective.
That's gonna make it more suspicious.
Yeah, very.
Why are you doing
suspicious.
so?
But I'm saying, I don't think that leads to a guilty plea.
No, that's this much. There might be evidence on the body. They're going to go back to the beach. They're going to put things in the newspaper. They're going to look at cop calls for service. If the Coast Guard was out there, I don't know the particular island, but if there was how many people on those islands, they're going to go back and do forensics on those cell phones. A lot of people don't realize we have devices you can hook up to a cell phone. You can delete whatever the fuck you want, but when we hook it up to that computer,
that's fact.
It's going to dump everything out. So, so now we got 5 pictures. There's about 35 kids on that island that day. There was 45 kids on the island that day for that private party. They all had alcohol. So what are they going to do? They're going to go to all the service stations in that area, and they're going to look at the photos from those service stations prior to, before, and after. Now, when those kids get back and the guy comes in to maybe get water or gas to get back, and they've clearly been crying, they're going to do
Yeah, it's gonna be.
The
be
next thing you do as a detective, as
thing.
soon as she's found not natural, what I'm gonna do is get search warrants, and I'm gonna take pictures of all 4 of y'all butt naked.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Because now I want to see do you have any
I'm with
scratches
you.
on.
I think it's gonna be a long.
Yeah, it takes time. That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna be a while for this one.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is we don't really trust our children in those situations. You know what I mean? Even if the kid committed suicide, it still don't sit well with a community, with the black community when, like that boy that got hung in Mississippi at a Delta State. It's like they rooted a suicide, but it happened so quick. It's like, all that shit don't always line up. You know what I'm saying? And then we also know
Believe me, that's when they will do a second autopsy.
They can do 20. I'm saying that he may have committed suicide. We don't know. We don't know.
What I'm saying is there's mechanisms in place that are automatically going to occur. Now, if it doesn't, and it's just a full-blown, I don't know how big that police department is. If it's
it ain't big.
Well, it might be a situation where the state will be called in on that situation. When departments don't have the proper personnel for it, they have memorandums of understandings with other departments that can handle it, or the state will come in. And when the state goes in and looks at it, they're going to look at it for exactly what it is. If it's a murder, they're going to look at it because when you're doing that investigation, you know there's going to be a secondary autopsy. Right. So if a guy that's doing the original autopsy, he ain't bullshitting with that. They're going to do chemicals, everything. Was there anything in the system? Was he drunk at the time? But the real big thing they're going to do is open up the lungs and look at the lungs. Did he drown?
It don't feel good.
And if he drowned, was there knot on his head? Was there a knot on the back of his head?
Yeah.
Somebody gonna have to explain that knot.
Yeah, when that picture popped up, I knew it off the rip. I said, "Oh, this about to be a shitstorm." When that picture popped up and they were chilling, I said, "Yeah, it's about to be a shitstorm." Go them comments before we get into this.
It's a sad situation.
Very.
Yeah, very sad.
Prayers out to the family for sure.
Nash was just pointing out that somebody over here is 6'6", 300 pounds. That's why the boys didn't mess with him. This sounds suspicious. Why stay somewhere you don't know by yourself? And I don't know how well they knew the kids. Apparently they were high school friends. I don't know.
That's my point. Everybody's acting like it doesn't happen. I've gone places, you know.
I think we'd all be surprised they did not kill that young man. They know what happened. Someone's got to tell, or they would like to get away with it due to privilege. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm not laughing at that.
Like
hopefully, whatever happens, one of those kids has a guilty conscience and tells the truth. You know
and that's what typically happens.
Sometimes that does happen.
And this is what ends up happening with
sometimes
a lot of
it does
cases.
happen.
Cases go cold. And it might be a cold case for 6 years, and then the guy breaks down when he's talking to his girlfriend one day, and he says, "Baby, you know what really happened that day?" Blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. And then when
Hold on, let me ask
3
you a
weeks
question.
later, he gets caught cheating, and that girl goes and tells the exact
Let me
story.
ask you, Cop, just hypothetical. Let's say that same scenario happens, right? They go to trial, they get found not guilty. He confesses to his girlfriend, and all this stuff happens. They can't retry him then, can they?
You cannot.
Well, if they find a murder weapon or something, I'm not saying it's murder.
Still
double
cannot.
jeopardy, brother.
Yeah.
Double
Can't get
jeopardy,
double jeopardy. Once you're being acquitted by a jury,
matter
it
at that
appears
point.
you walk. So
They can,
I'm not saying it's a.
I could keep the murder weapon.
That's why OJ wrote the book, If I Did It.
He needed somebody.
because you can't get me now.
He just wrote the book saying, If I Did It.
Because if the glove don't fit,
You must acquit. No, but I'm saying, to me, there is some very. I would love to see the coroner's report. I would love to do the investigation. You know, not that it's fun, but when you're in that position, you
information
enjoy it.
purposes.
Exactly. So I mean, you want to look at it, check
If they
it out.
release that information too, if they, you know.
Well, but you're
how much-
talking about a homicide investigation. It may take 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years, or they might rush it.
I'm just talking about like something as simple as the coroner's report.
Yeah, and
If
you
they
know,
release-
but they
if
got
they
to
release
look at
information.
phones. They got to look at who.
Yeah, the
was
investigation's
there.
gonna be a while. I'm just talking about
Cameras,
just the.
because
I'm
you got
talking about
because when they
the
look at
coroner's report would be interesting to find out what
Yeah.
the coroner, what the initial coroner's report has.
And what they're
I-
going to look at when they dump those phones was if 4 motherfuckers lose their phone, that's a guilt-laden fact, too.
Absolutely.
If all 4 of them lose a phone, because what that phone's going to show is pictures and everybody that was on that beach that
But
day.
how did they get his phone so fast? Did anybody remember? I don't remember. I know the family has his phone. They got his phone quickly.
Well, because
The
when they
boys' phone. I
found the
remember what
body,
happened.
they probably said to you.
No, they
want
found the
your
phone
son.
before they found the body.
Yeah.
They already had his phone before they found the body.
Yeah,
They had the boy's phone.
The body was 2 days. It was 2
parents
days
had his
before they
phone
found-
already.
before they found the body.
Yeah.
Okay, then that means he could have left it on the beach. And see, that's just it. Did the kid say, "I'm gonna go swimming," put his phone down and go swimming and drown? How proficient of a swimmer is he?
But the phone, that means the phone would have been on the island. They hadn't even been to the island yet.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know a lot about the case. So, but that's gonna be okay. Where was his phone? Okay, who did you guys get to arguing with? Where are those guys? And why would he stay with people on an island that you've been arguing with? All those things are that's making him look
makes you
more and
feel
more
like-
guilty.
One of them gave the phone to the parents or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember how they got the phone. But I remember just reading the fact that the parents already had the phone.
Yeah, so I mean that's gonna be a big thing. How did the family get the phone? And when they dump everybody's phone, was there anything deleted? And when if the only way you can get that, phones would have to come up missing, and that's gonna look.
No, I'm just
Make 'em
thinking
look
about, this stuff this family got to go through, bro.
When the last time
they got
any
to
of
go through a
y'all
lot.
been the only black person around all white people?
Shit.
I mean, I've been one. I ain't been on no trip with them.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about gas station. You the only black person.
Oh,
Plenty of times, man.
happened
I
many
got white
times,
friends,
man.
I got black friends, I got Asian friends.
Shit.
I've
No,
gone
but
to
I'm not-
Asian.
Happened
You
to me
been
some
somewhere,
days.
you be the only black person.
Yeah, I've done that before, fishing trips.
Like go somewhere
Any kind of way.
or just be in a place. That's a big.
Both.
I mean, I've been in a
Been in
place.
the place. I mean,
You
yeah.
been to a place and been the only black person
Yeah.
and
Damn,
stayed.
have you gone out the country, bro?
What do you mean and stayed?
Yeah, I ain't never been to Europe though. Like
I'm just saying. I've never been on vacation like
I've
that.
gone on. Well,
Not be the only one. I ain't never did that
fishing
before.
trips.
you ever had a
Fishing
job where you was the only one?
But listen. I lived in Germany,
Exactly.
so I was the only black kid a lot of times.
a lot of times.
A lot of times.
Same here in Korea.
The only black kid.
I was the only allowed in high
Facts.
school at certain parties or whatever. Yeah.
Would you do it now?
No.
Would you go to a
I
fishing
don't think
trip,
I would, yes.
a cigar lounge with a couple, and you be the only black person?
Actually, well, I was the only. My wife was with me. I was about to say that has actually happened where I've been at a cigar lounge, and me and my wife was the only black people there.
Yeah.
And you stayed?
Yeah,
Why
I was
wouldn't you
smoking
say,
cigar.
dude?
So Vic said Bucky's.
Yeah, Bucky's or, you might go
Yeah.
to somebody's house for dinner.
I
Just
just
been invited to somebody's house for dinner.
I was just up at Kennesaw.
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
was
going
just
to
up
white person house
at
for no dinner.
Kennesaw, the cigar lounge. Yeah, we was the only ones in it.
Bruh,
I've been in a restaurant for sure. Been in a
I've
restaurant.
been the only black person before. And
But
I've learned-
I'm usually, but I don't know, just by myself. I just, usually, with somebody, family, whatever. You know what I mean? But in Germany, it was in Germany it was regular. It was just that was the norm. That was nothing big. But we didn't have those kind of issues.
How low were you then? What you hell you mean how many shoes?
We didn't have those issues, bro.
Shit.
Oh no.
Christmas party.
In Europe, bro. In Germany, they didn't play that jump, man.
What you mean? The Nazis is there.
No, not
ain't
anymore.
fuck
They
with
weren't
us.
there.
Where they at?
In Germany, and we're the military base, man. But if something happens to you in certain places, if something happens to a black person in some of these places, or a military person, period, the folks don't play around like that, man. It doesn't happen that often.
Let me tell you something, bro.
I'm just telling you. Telling you facts.
I ain't gonna
Bro,
volunteer
the
and go
Nazi is
on
in Germany. We raised the Nazis. They wouldn't be nothing without us.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm just saying, if you the only black person, bro,
That was
you,
the last topic, man.
Dude,
So America,
I'm sorry you live
Nah,
that
dude,
life.
I've been the only
so
black
everybody
person in
watches
entire
out to get you.
towns, Frank says. Los Alamos, New Mexico, in the early
Exactly.
90s for EOD exercises.
Here's an EOD, just your MOS, Frank. You might have been the only
What's
black
EOD?
in the state.
bombs.
yeah.
Explosive ordnance disposal.
Hey, bro, that's the most dangerous place in America.
Well,
So yeah, this past weekend, 4th of July weekend, it was America's 250th birthday. And the question we wanted to ask everyone here is, do you think that we're still trying to find our space, trying to find our respect, still fighting for our place in America?
I think we have our place in America. I think some of us have given up. I think some of us stopped fighting. And I think which is worse. I think, are we on an even playing field? No. institutionalized racism in America. There's things that happen, but America is ours. It's not like we're in a foreign country. We built America on the backs of slaves, African American contributions. We fought in every single war Americans have. Christopher Addicts from Vietnam, different conflicts with distinction. Didn't even get credit for it. Oh boy, at Pearl Harbor, there was basically a paid handman. No, he wasn't a cook. He was a not a waiter, but a butler for the captain of the ship, and he manned 20 Mike, well, whatever guns they were on the ship and shot down Zeros. And so there's been, black soldiers that were supposed to just take the arms to wherever, and they fought with distinction. They got tired of white boys getting killed in the Civil War, so what happened? They brought on a black regiment because of Frederick Douglass, and then they fought with distinction. And then when they wanted to bring people out west, when everybody's supposed to get their 40 acres in the mule and they were giving land out west, who protected those white settlers that were giving it once they went away from letting black people get it? It was the Buffalo Soldiers, which were the black cavalry, went out and led them and basically secured the West. Geronimo was hunted, I hate to say it, but he was hunted down by the Buffalo Soldiers. So every single thing that's ever happening into America, we did it or were part of it. So yeah, it's my country. I celebrated, got about $300 worth of fireworks, and we popped them off.
You celebrated the 4th?
And I also did Juneteenth also. So I understand Juneteenth, but every single slave was not released. That was Texas, okay? And you can be this radical if you want, but we made this motherfucker, and then I'm going to have my part of it all the way.
We talked last week about consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to be, we're still fighting. So,
exactly, I agree.
Italians were degenerates when they first came by the standards. Polish people. Japanese served in internment camps.
Mm-hmm. And they were paid for.
And they don't have the problems we got. We still fighting for our dignity. We talking about this kid in Mississippi, and we don't even know what happened, but we know it don't feel right. We know this rhyme or rhythm. We heard this song before. Whether it's true or not, we've heard a young black boy being executed by white people in Mississippi. And it don't feel good, even if the white boys didn't do it. Mm-hmm. It's just a certain feeling.
We understand because of things that happened in the past. And I fully understand it, but this is our country.
It is our country to a degree. But if it's our country, we shouldn't have to keep fighting for our dignity day in, day out. I mean, a distinguished president put his face on apes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
But what does that have to do with America?
He's the president of the United States.
That's one idiot.
No, he is the highest, he is the most powerfulest man in the world. He got the most powerfulest army. He commander-in-chief of the most powerful army in the world. And he's taking time out to disrespect the man who already been in office.
That's who he is. That's who he is as a person. But you can't judge everybody from that.
I'm not judging everybody.
When Pookie goes out and kills 12 people to shoot somebody this weekend, do we claim Pookie? I don't claim Pookie.
No, yeah, Pookie my cousin, my brother.
Well, you claim Pookie. I'll put a bullet in Pookie's head.
I would too if necessary. But I'm saying you should do the same thing for a man that disrespect Barack Obama.
How did we get on that? I never said I had an issue with.
No, I'm saying.
And I said I'm one of the main people. You went on the show, but I'm
saying
said it was
250 years, we still fight for dignity in a country that we were supposed to be citizens in.
And I'll tell you this. Asians and Hispanics are fighting too. A lot of them just don't want to admit it. A lot of them were brought back to reality after President Trump was elected. Okay? Some Asians, they straddle the fence. It ain't affecting us, so we ain't looking at it. But when the pendulum swings all the way back around, and it did, and they started deporting, and
what
black people, you gonna fight with us.
It got to depend on what you're talking about. I'm saying any African can get it. Because they don't mess with Indians the way they mess with.
Because Indians are the number one on the food chain. Southeast Asians make more money than anybody.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying, I'm just saying, just recognize this. Just let it marinate. 250 years of freedom.
And that's what I've argued on this show. You haven't been on here.
And
Okay, a capitalist society needs an underclass. America has decided that African Americans are going to be the underclass.
But even when we're not the underclass,
as our leaders that we elect in office have to try to
it's not an
even pay
argument. I'm not trying to argue with you. What I'm saying is 250 years and we still got profound evidence of fighting for our dignity, our right to be full citizens in this country. And that should be something that is spoken about, talked about, put out in the open and not hidden. Because you can go to any group of people and say, the degenerates do this. The infected do this of the Asians. The infected do this of the Jews. The infected do this of the Europeans. Right? You could say the infected of the blacks do this. Right? Everybody got degenerates in their family. Mm-hmm. But we also, on the flip side of that, we got people with prestige and dignity. And we got some of our most dignified people, our most educated and dignified people, still fighting and pushing to be recognized as a full human being.
So your answer is we are still fighting.
We still fight.
And some of us are. That's the problem. A lot of us
none
are
of us
still
shouldn't
pushing
be, because
for that.
when you look at the flip side,
well, it's America. That's
yeah,
part of it.
I mean, both of you, right? You know, I think you're right. After 250
I just
years,
don't let everything swing back to race.
You feel that we shouldn't be fighting, but we are.
But I don't see Polish people who are considered
because Polish people are white.
Irish. I don't see Italians who are called Dagos and all this, had to live on this side of town. I don't see them having them problems that they had 200 years ago, 100 years ago.
Well, I can my opinion on that is because they have their community and they stay on their side of town.
We do too, but they blow it up.
We all over the place.
But we do not support ourselves.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. But what happens? Something happens to us. You gotta even to this day, right? If you look at Rosewood, if you look at Sweet Auburn, if you look at Greenwood, if you look at Black Bottom Detroit, you look at these places, these were prominent black communities that just needed to be left alone.
Okay, and they weren't.
And something happens. Whenever we do well, and I'm saying it may not be all of us. But
I see what you're saying.
When some of us do well, just leave the people that do well alone. They fuck with them too. So they killed Pookie and they killed Obama.
Okay. So
at some point,
we're still fighting. That's
I mean, I definitely think we've made strides. I think there's still a lot of negativity. I don't think we have the fact that that president and the Satan down there in Texas and the people down there, and I mean the Satan in Florida and these folks in Texas and all these red states are allowed to pull our history out like they are, shows that we aren't. They still don't accept us as what we should be in this country. Everything that MJ said was 100% correct, but yet they still want to deny that. They still don't want to give us proper credit for it. And then, you know, they never will pull the Holocaust from the history books. They would never pull, certain things. Revolution. Yeah, the American Revolution, but they want to pull our history. And that just lets you know that we're still not there. They still don't accept us. And that's a problem.
What are you prepared to do about it?
I mean, only thing you continue to do is you continue to vote. You can continue to fight the good fight. I mean, I don't know,
We establish morals in our community. I think that would go a long way. Instead of them, there was one king, one queen, and you get every infected. I'm a king, I'm a queen. But they won't say I'm a scholar, I'm an inventor. And we need to push that more. And when you push education, that allows you into rooms that you wouldn't be allowed into. And it also allows us to put a foothold in areas. There's been black pioneers in every single thing. We need to celebrate them as a people. Generals, pilots, black female first, black male first.
So what are you going to do? Is that what you're doing? You're promoting black greatness to other black people?
Of course, I always do.
That's all I'm asking. I ain't saying you.
Yeah.
I think
always
every
do.
black person have a blueprint on what they should be doing individually to make the black community better. Because we always complain about what it ain't. Then you gotta look at yourself than what you're doing. Because if you ain't doing nothing, like we invest in our own demise. When and part of that people don't like it. But I'm gonna say it till the sun go up and down till I can't see it no more. Until we are convinced that our oppressor is our enemy, we will not take to ourselves and treat each other as brothers and sisters to the degree, to the magnitude. Now we do it, but to the magnitude that's necessary for us to be safe. We should never be in an environment where we're the only black people.
No,
All right.
come on,
That's
man.
not safe.
Wait. We'll keep going. Let me get mine out, and then we'll do a couple more things because we getting out of here tonight. We ain't staying.
Let's
here
go.
All right,
tonight.
put top 5 in the chat.
All right. I say that we are still fighting. However, as we're fighting, we've started fighting each other. And I think because we're fighting each other, it's slowed our fight down to where either we're sitting still sometimes or we're barely inching forward. And I hear what you're saying that the oppressor is our enemy or whatever. But sometimes, this is just my opinion, sometimes I think some people are so zeroed in on showing the oppressor that they're our enemy that we forget to show that we're actually brothers and sisters. I think sometimes we pay attention to the wrong thing. We've all said it. You know, we glorify the bad, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't do nothing but hurt us. You know what I'm saying? We're glorifying the bad and not actually glorifying the good. Something that I know that Jae wanted to start doing is start to actually highlight somebody local that's doing something or somebody nationally that's doing something that doesn't get the light that they should get. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know, to let people see that people are still fighting out here.
Or say what you doing.
I mean, yeah.
What are you doing? What's your blueprint for success for black people? You should be able to state that. You ain't got to put nobody else's name in it. State what you individually, what that person in the mirror, what are you doing to contribute positively to your community? How do you plan to scale that to a larger place? If you cut hair, I'm cutting hair, and I'm going to give these kids the best haircuts. If you got a garden, if you paint, whatever you do, you can do it for your people. But don't be putting it outside. I tell Jae, you tell her, you can start with you.
No. You can start. You can start with you, but there's nothing. There's nothing wrong with highlighting what somebody else is doing. There ain't nothing wrong with it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Matter of fact, guess what you're doing? If you're highlighting somebody else,
Kids are looking at that might spark one black kid to say, you know what? That's what I want to do.
You can still you can give your blueprint may be to highlight others.
But if I highlight, all I'm saying to that is this, and it may be wrong or right. I can't highlight that and then go take my $100 and give it to Hennessy.
You said Hennessy?
Yeah, the white man, Hennessy.
Hey, shit.
I'm saying if I give
wrong.
If I give Hennessy $100, I gotta give.
I ain't give him 100 today, but I bought me a bottle
what
today.
I'm saying is, I'm not saying no about Hennessy. What I'm saying is, if I can give Hennessy $100, a Budweiser $20, I damn sure can give.
Oh God.
I can damn sure give $20 to a black school or to a black AAU program or to a black after school program.
Yeah.
I mean, I you're right. I mean, we all can make sure we're doing those things. I mean, I do that junk every day. You know what I mean? Trying to help create young brothers and giving them platforms and knowledge and opportunities. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what you can do. You can continue to try to present the self part is presenting yourself in a way where people can say, okay, you can do the right thing. You know what I mean? You can do X, Y, Z and don't have to be, devilish and all the other BS. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think we all have the opportunity to do so. I just wish from a global standpoint, and I've been saying this for years, and as these things continue to be taken away from us, I mean, you remember when we first started this platform, I was like, it's a shame that, you don't have the history books corrected and you don't have the opportunity to teach these kids in elementary school true black history. You know what I mean? The things that you know, you learn as you get older. You know, these things aren't taught at a young age, and I just think these young black kids would see themselves in a different light if they were really taught where they come from. You know, our kids are taught as youngins that we're pretty much subservient because everything we see is whitewashed. You know what I mean? Every historical feature they see.
That's why they want to take us out of history books.
Yes.
So those are the things we should fight. And I'll piggyback on that, Lo. Those are the things we should fight. But we also got to celebrate the fact that we helped build this. This is our country. This is our country. I've been to Africa. So, and on the same token, you know, we have to identify what's wrong in our community, because what's one thing that's wrong in our community, we don't celebrate excellence, but we can keep on saying, America's messed up, America's that messed up. Why can Africans and Caribbeans come over here and by second generation, they're middle class? So we have to start pointing out our failures within our community and putting out black excellence and keeping it going, because it's our country. It's going to continue to be our country. But when we start pushing the people and voting for the right people, we'll do better. But part of it starts with morals. I don't care if it's Islam, Christianity. We have to bring back religion to the masses. You know, not middle class and up. The infectious need to be taught who Jesus is. And that's part of the reason, because if nothing else, if you get them little fuckers in a church, on a church pew for, you know, they'll learn morals because their parents aren't teaching them.
Here's my only fallback on that. And is even with the teaching of Christ, right? If that's the teaching, it's still whitewashed. You know what I mean? Again, we have to be able to give them, I just want, for our people, and that's the ones I like to talk about, you know, is we have to give them, you know, their true history and understanding, you know what I mean? You know.
No, let me ask you this is what I thought. If you teach our true history as American people, and you talk about the greatness of our people, what was our greatest obstacle that we overcome to be that great person?
Was our greatest obstacle
to overcome. So when you talk about great scientists, great educators, great intellectuals, great athletes, great singers, whatever the situation, great preachers, what was the number one obstacle all of them had in common that they had to overcome to be that great person?
I mean, white America.
Hallelujah.
I mean, I can't argue that. I won't argue that.
White supremacy. So that's why you got to be.
I mean, they've controlled so much, but that's why I'm saying that's why it's important for us to teach. You know, again.
So King is nothing without white supremacy. He's just a regular preacher. Without white supremacy, Malcolm X is just a regular Muslim.
But I'm saying the fact that we have so many black kings and queens in history, you know what I mean, and that's not taught.
You know, it's not even being taught beyond that.
We get taught more about. We're so fascinated, and I say we because I'm definitely not. But we're so fascinated as a culture about what goes on in England. You know what I mean? But we have no idea. You know what I mean? King Tut was black.
But hold on.
You know what I mean? All these great people were black.
Do you know the ideology
we're
of
not
King
taught
and
that.
Queen?
Hannibal.
Here go a lesson right here.
The Moors. I mean, it's just so much that we're just not taught.
The ideology of King and Queen is a Eurocentric standpoint. Africans didn't have kings and queens. They had rulers. They didn't distinguish their ruler from male or female, right? So you have Sudanese, Egyptian, Kush leaders who were female. They were never considered the queen. That's the Eurocentric standpoint. We trying to put a European perspective on our way of living. We didn't have kings and queens. We had emperors and rulers. That's why when you look at Egypt, when you said Egypt, it's the dynasties. They don't go by kings, it's the dynasty. So your family bloodline ran for 100 years or 100. That's the dynasty. Then the next dynasty come when his bloodline come. But we didn't have kings and queens. That's Eurocentric. We never even had stages. So if you look like in Mississippi, you go to them things, the idea of a stage and you the person on the stage, that's Eurocentric. When we had our stuff, we was always together. It was never a stage. If I can sing and you can play a drum, we did it together right here on the same level. You see what I'm saying? And all I was trying to say was putting that together is that's why you gotta have this. You gotta have an ambition and understanding that if you don't understand the intent of your oppressor and the intentionality of your oppressor, you're gonna end up mimicking him or her no matter what you do. We gotta overthrow and overwhelm him or her. The oppressor cannot help you. So even when we say kings and queens, that's Eurocentric.
Okay.
We had rulers, and just like when you said you was to Africa. Nobody goes to Europe and say, I was in Europe. They say, I went to France. I went to Germany. I went to Belgium. But when we go to Africa, we say, we went to Africa. Goddamn it, it's 54 goddamn countries in Africa. The second biggest continent in the world. You saying you went to the second biggest continent in the world, and all you told me is, I'm there. No, you're supposed to say, I was in Accra, Ghana. I was in Lagos, Nigeria. I was in Joetown, South Africa. You don't say you went to Africa. You're supposed to say where you went. See what I'm saying? So if you go anywhere else in the world, especially with Eurocentric, you're going to start with the location, the exact location.
But again, that's historical teachings that we're not taught.
But we'll never be taught that until you say FYT. We got to be against our oppressors.
No,
you
dude.
got to be against your enemy.
See, this is what you're doing.
But you don't love no Nazi.
If somebody doesn't, if you're dealing with people that aren't steeped in the same knowledge as us, I mean, if you teach raw hate, you know what raw hate does?
That's not
it
hate.
gets people in jail.
See, that's the European.
It gets people killed.
That's the European.
What I'm saying is, dude, when you call fuck whitey and all this shit, that's what that stands for.
What you do? When they made up the word
I'm not
nigga,
saying, dude, this is our country. We're talking about us.
No.
You let everything go back and say they hinder us. They don't hinder Africans when they come over here because you know what? Africans don't have whitey on the mind.
They just put a motherfucking African with a monkey on his head.
Dude,
his name is Barack Obama. He African.
We're never gonna agree on this, man, because my heart is not blocked by hate.
But bro,
my mind is not blocked by hate. My point is, you can keep on writing checks.
Okay,
and if you get enough people to believe your bullshit, you know what's gonna happen? What happens if there's a race war? You know what happens? We get our asses bombed. Field level nukes will take out the south side of every major city on the East Coast. And guess what? Our population goes from 12.5 down to 2.5. No, because you always talk hate. If you're on the other end of it and you don't bring these kids up slowly and teach them, if you do not
who was King teaching? When King gave us...
I think what he's saying is, fuck whitey it spews hate. You have to understand.
Yeah, because he loves his white man.
But
I do not, dude. I'm just not ignorant to the point where I just think they out there trying to get us where we get ourselves. We have to teach and bring people up and teach the history so people can move forward. You can't steep anything in hate, bro.
When you say fuck whitey, and again, you may not mean it in hate, but when you say it, that's what it comes off
and that's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. The problem why people feel uncomfortable with that is a radical statement. And the reason the reason people feel uncomfortable is because they love their master. Because if
that's not what it means.
No, it does. Because I'm trying to tell you something.
What you're trying to tell is your opinion.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't mean if they don't say fuck white, it means that they love white.
So Elie Wiesel said you must hate your oppressor. He was a Jewish Holocaust survivor who wrote books and traveled the world. He said, you must hate your oppressor. This is what he wrote. I didn't write that. What I'm saying is the reason why people think that hate and come to that natural state, that's the mental slavery that person is in. Because even if you disagree with my statement, FYT, it may be too vulgar. It may be inappropriate. It may be not your way of using words, but you understand what I'm saying. You feel me, dog. It ain't no.
I
That's
don't
hate.
feel it, bro.
No, that's hate. No, that's inappropriate. But it's not hate.
I think it's more so the white tea historically that you hate. You hate the agenda of some white people. But you don't have to hate white tea, but you can hate what a lot of them stand for. The country was built on such evilness and such races. I mean, it was just built that way. So you can hate that concept.
And
But
the
you
person
have to,
who
but
invented
you
it.
don't have to, and the person that invented it, but not the entire.
But the fact that you got to express that way, that's the love of your master. It's vulgar.
It's not. It's not the
It
love
is
of your
not,
master.
dude.
Hey, man.
It's reality.
It's not
You've
love of
never
your
been in the
master.
military. You've never, because what I'm saying is when you get people stirred up that don't have an education, you get people stirred up that don't have any discernment, you get people stirred up that have zero morals, that's when you get riots. That's when you get people doing shit where more and more people get killed.
the white boys
More
on
and
that
more
train?
people get locked up.
You talking about the white boys on that train? Or the white boys in Charlotte that killed that girl? You talking about them untrained, undiscerned white people who the president said they're good people? You talking about them people?
That's the concept of the people I'm talking about. But all white people don't believe that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what
All
I'm saying.
white people don't
all people
follow
don't believe
that.
that. There's a hatred amongst that race that permeates, but it's not all of them. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. It's not all of them.
All black people ain't got big lips and wide noses.
that concept, and that's what you
All
know.
black people ain't got nappy heads. But it's
I
a
get what
black
you-
thing.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't think saying that you don't hate all white people means you know what I mean you love your oppressor. No, I don't think that's what that means.
But you
I don't
know
think
why
so.
it's a black thing? Because we made it a black thing.
What nappy hair?
Big lips, big noses, we did it.
You know what white folks call nappy hair? Dreadlocks.
I mean that part is true.
Look it up in the dictionary.
No, I mean I'm saying
Is it not?
in general that part is true.
No, dreadlock. Your locks is not dreadful.
I didn't say you said we didn't say nothing about dreadful. You ain't nobody did it?
That's how they see it.
Did we
I
say
mean,
dreadful? You
dread.
said that white people call
Nappy hair dreadlock.
that's what they did because that's what it that was the
what is dreads? Is it not
Dread,
nappy
look it
hair?
up in there.
No, it's locks. Just call them
Dread
locks.
is a term of discouraging. It's an insult. So they saying the dreadlock people come down from the
Dreadlock
mountain
rascal.
I mean, black people call them dreads, so ain't shit.
Hey,
because
dude,
they love their oppressor. They
I
don't.
feel what you're
Man,
coming with it.
just
but
because just because a white man, no, I'm not doing it. Top five.
top five.
top five, man. I already posted. Most of y'all already put y'all down there. Anybody's got them, put them in real quick. Top 5 NFL defensive players of all time.
Let's see.
Your
Lawrence
top
Taylor.
5.
Mine, Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Deion Sanders, Singletary, and the last one, Junior Seau.
Dwayne, what you got? Turn your mic on.
Deion, Aaron Donald, Rod Woodson,
Hey.
Junior Seau, and Ray Lewis.
2 free. What you got?
Junior, I only got 3. The rest of it's about the same.
That what you said. He said
Junior
that's 3
Seau
ain't
is
no
my
more.
favorite. 55, San Diego. Reckless. Didn't follow no rules. Made all the plays. Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White. Everybody else is about on the same level. Super great. Now, I ain't saying they're not great. But those two,
You said Seau,
Reggie White
Reggie White,
and Lawrence Taylor.
and Lawrence Taylor.
I think they was better than anybody else.
Junior Seau better than all. Interesting.
Yeah, that's 3.
That's like some of your statements.
That's 3. That's 3 Junior Seau's right there. I got Donnie Shell. This one's gonna surprise some people. Jesse Tuggle,
Who was that?
Falcons linebacker.
linebacker. The consistency that he played with for the Falcons was crazy to me, and led them in tackles over 100-something
Came from
tackles.
Valdosta State.
Damn near 14 years. Reggie White, Deion Sanders, and Ray Lewis at my number 2. Lawrence Taylor, number 1.
All right. Frank has Joe Green, LT, Aaron Donald, Rod Woodson, and Ray Lewis. Ty Vick got Ronnie Lott, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, Ed Too Tall, Mean Joe Green, Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins. He said too many. Kiki got Ray Lewis, Deion Sanders, Reggie White, Jesse Tuggle, and nothing came after and Kiki. Ty Vick also said the black church to me, in my opinion, is a business more than a religious institution. Frank wanted to know what was too free in his cup. He said, what were he drinking now?
European drinks.
In the sea.
I got my man Charles Woodson.
Hold on. The Steelers, Charles Woodson, or
Charles Woodson never played for the Steelers. Charles Woodson won
that's
national
wild,
championship and the Heisman Trophy at college.
at Michigan?
And then and then became all pro everything at both Green Bay and the Raiders. Hall of Famer.
He was supposed to be on my list, but I couldn't.
He one of the best to ever. One of the best to ever do it. C. Wood. I got my man Troy Polamalu. You talking about somebody that made plays all over the field? That's a dude that made plays play reckless.
Crazy, yeah. This is a wild dude.
Polamalu was everywhere
with long hair.
Boy. Got Mean Joe Green. From a historical standpoint, Mean Joe was the man. I got Ray Lewis and Ed Reed right beside each other. Number
Ed
2.
Reed is a good one.
Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, man. I mean, they Ravens, but you gotta give them credit. Them jokers were bad, man. And last but not least, prime time, man. Prime time to me, the greatest defensive player of all time. Of all time.
You ain't put Reggie White on there?
No, sir. Reggie White was a bad boy, but no. I don't have none of yours. Honor Lynn just chimed in. She got Lawrence Taylor, Mean Joe Green, Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis, Alan Page, and Willie Lanier.
He was that defensive end for the Bears, right?
Who?
Alan Page.
Alan Page played for Minnesota.
Okay, I thought it was.
Wasn't he the one that ran the touchdown the wrong way?
I don't know, but I remember he was part of the the wall.
Purple People Eaters.
Yeah.
I think it was him. Got a fumble and took off the wrong way.
That was the
How many?
Cowboys.
So everybody else gave 8, but you're gonna question my 6, Frank. Come on, I said I put 2 together. Other boy had 8 and 7, 8. You're gonna question my 5.
Of course.
Of course, right?
Frank, your dog.
Hey Frank, congratulations again, bro. I saw the post. Your daughter getting back. That was dope, bro.
And promoted.
Congratulations again.
Absolutely.
And promoted, yeah. Yep. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Sure,
well done, brother.
Yes, sir.
Just happy she back home. Happy she back home. All right.
Ask a cop. What's your IG page?
Wait for Dwayne to post it.
Dwayne, what's my IG? Ask a cop. What?
MJ.
Well, he'll put it up there. Well, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer it anyway. But all I had to say is we're in real trying times, and people want to make everything racial and make something. But you got to realize we are America. We've excelled in every part of America. America wouldn't be America without us as a people. But we can't shut ourselves out to the point where we don't remember we need them as much as they need us.
Damn.
You know, because we're Americans. You know, we just need to make sure we secure the bag by making education just as important as bouncing a basketball, running a football.
I ain't gonna retort for JT. He said we getting out of here at 11:35. God damn it. You can see me on Instagram. No, I ain't got no
What?
Instagram.
I'm about to say.
Boy,
yes,
you see, I was like,
my
what?
head picked up too. Like
What
what?
is it called again?
Fan base.
Too free on fan base. Yeah.
Is
And,
it spelled with a 2 in the free or a T?
TOOFRA. And then you can catch
Aura.
me on Facebook Marketplace. That's my joint right now. I love Facebook Marketplace and Amazon. That's the white shit I do.
Do you you sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace? You be buying stuff.
Buy and sell.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace ain't no joke.
You know, you can find something at the pawn shop, or I bought some weed eaters from what's the store? Ollie's.
Oh yeah, bro. I love Ollie's.
For $120. I sold them some bitches for $2 something.
Really?
Well, you don't sell weed eaters to white people where they can clean their yard up.
Hell no.
Oh my God. Don't do that.
I don't go north of 20,
You're
baby.
so full of shit.
I ain't been to the Braves game, none of that shit.
Two free customers, black too.
Won't have a white one. I bet you can't say they ain't got no white customers. Fuck them.
Now I work for white law firms, black. Money has the same color green.
Hey.
Thanks,
Oh
Palestine.
boy. Oh boy. Angelo, what's happening this week at the club?
What's the day? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So Thursday night, man, we got Destiny's open mic. Friday we got my man T. Ray Sanders, Steve Brown hosting. Saturday night got my man Cornelius George. HBCU comedy weekend. Let's get to it.
Hey man, you think you can get with TK so we can do that subject, that video? I think the one that you sent, TK was talking about mothers.
Oh. I know he'll be in town. I think he's in town in August. I'll get with him.
Yeah, that was that was fire because I just read some other stuff about legitimization in regards to men in the state of Georgia. How
you have zero rights.
If you don't have it, you have zero rights.
Zero.
But you still got to pay child support. That was.
Oh yeah.
That was an Illinois case.
Well, I know it's Georgia state law.
Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia state law, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, 1136.
Yeah,
You the one
Georgia
messing
state
with
law.
me.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause we about to get up out of here. What's the name of the show? Eva's Revenge, man. I've just got word that it will be coming out. I'm playing a warden up there. It's gonna be coming out pretty soon on Tubi. I got the word. Hopefully within the next month, we'll be sure to let everybody know. God, guys, the stage play. Again, if you get your ticket and buy your food, I might be able to get you a meal. I can get you a ticket to the show. It is in August, and it's going to be in, damn.
Trinidad?
St. Lucia.
No, damn.
Aruba?
I forgot where I was going.
Haiti? The Caribbean.
St. Martin.
St. Martin, yeah.
I know it's St.
You
something.
say something, yeah. St. Martin in August. If y'all would come, like I said, I get you a ticket to the show, but you got to get your own ticket there and buy your own food. That's gonna do it, man. Great show. We cut it down. We're gonna cut it down some more next week.
Way more.
Yeah, we getting better at it. You know, with these two, they get going, man. It'd be such a great conversation. I don't be wanting to stop it, but we're gonna get it right. But that's gonna do it for this week, peoples. Don't forget, man, share this thing. And when you see the clips, share the clips also. What's the IG page? Classic _classic_ conversations on IG. Go there. What is it on
YouTube is
TikTok?
TikTok is Classic Conversations, I think.
Classic
Say
Conversations.
free, just say.
Classic Conversations on TikTok. And get in there and give them follows for us. And, you know, share it to some people for us. We trying to up this thing.
TikTok
again.
went up too, man.
Yeah.
It went up.
Yeah.
And we got good videos going viral. We got about 4 or 5 of them right now. That's just super, super hot.
They still popping.
Oh, girls still at 260,000 and going. We got a couple of them like at 20,000.
I'll be trying not to comment, but I think I'm gonna start commenting.
I had to comment the other day because
I'm gonna start responding.
They joined me so bad, man. When I did when I was talking about Phil Collins, but they told me up on that, man. They're like that. When I said who's the drummer? Boy, them jokers told me up because Phil Collins is the actual drummer, man. Them jokers lit me up, man. Dude, so that's like saying, you know, who's the rapper with Eminem? I was like, God, no, but they told me I had to laugh on that one. I was like, man, give me some credit for at least giving the man props. But quick shout out, man, to the Supreme Monk. Birthday was Sunday, man, July 5th. You know, happy birthday again to the Supreme.
Yep. Sure, Unc. Yeah, we got to get Unc back on. Of course, we got to come on time to get Unc on for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So that's going to do it, man. We out. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
That's a cop.
And we are out. You dig?
Peace.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations.
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic